Hello, we are now recording. I'm Captain, your DM, and I'm here to host my newest one-shot, a story called A Dance of Lies. I'm gathered with some veteran players and new players for an exciting one-shot that I'm very excited to tell. I have here a couple of players that have been very eager, while others are very new. And I'm going to call out their names and make sure I get their names pronounced correctly. And then I'll be explaining what the one-shot's about. And then we'll be getting into it. So first off, Vera, are you there?
Here?
Perfect. And please, if I say any of your names wrong, please correct me. Risa, are you there?
I'm here.
Lilac, are you there?
I'm here.
Sura, are you there?
Yes.
Celine, are you there?
Hello.
Valif, are you there?
Hello.
All right, amazing. Everyone's here and we are ready to get things started. So to give a small little lore drop as to what this one shot is about, it is called A Day of A Dance of Lies. And basically what it's about is it's in a world in which there's been a war going on for 15 years. It's known as the Great War, and it goes on between the Golden Eagle Kingdom and the Mystical Sparrow Kingdom. These two countries have been neck to neck and blood in combat for over a decade, and it's all over a mysterious dome of magic, a purple ball that floats in the air and spreads magic all around a mile radius. And there's been a massive trench war going on between both sides over control of this purple ball of magic. However, for the last couple of years, the Mystical Sparrow Kingdom has managed to maintain control of this dome of magic. The world is at chaos as every country is nervous of attack over this simple yet powerful ball of magic. Our players are all soldiers of the Golden Eagle Kingdom. They were either drafted or they were, volunteered. Whatever the reason, they find themselves to be on the trenches of the battle. But before we get to the battle, or rather the present, we're going to do a little intro scene for each of the players as to how exactly they ended up here. So I'm going to put the players on what appears to be an image for the Golden Eagle Kingdom. I'm going to change the stream to the Roll20 now. I'm going to put you guys on the map of the Golden Eagle Kingdom. So this is what the Golden Eagle Kingdom looks like. It is a place full of mystery, but extravagance, power, greed, and a whole lot of other things you could imagine in a place that doesn't really believe in magic so much as they believe in blades and war. Now, with that being said, we're going to go from top to bottom. We're going to keep it short and sweet. Lilac, tell us about your character. Or correction, what is your race and class?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Lilac's a tiefling bard. Do you want like a physical description as well, or?
I don't think it's necessary because your art was in the beginning of the recording, so I don't think you could give us your height.
She's 5'3".
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right. So Lilac, tell us, how did you end up joining the military of the kingdom?
She joined based off of a recommendation of someone she met at a tavern that she grew up in / worked at.
I see. And this person who gave you a recommendation, what did they say exactly?
He was a military officer that thought that her abilities as a bard could be useful to not only cheer up kind of the front lines, but also as a support to help them win the war possibly.
Okay. So you're at the tavern and you're sitting there and your officer friend, he's talking to you about it, explaining how you could be useful to the war. And as he's talking to you about it, he says, oh shit. It's him. He's here. What the fuck is he doing here? This is a civilian bar. As his eyes widen, he looks at the door. As the door opens and a man walks through. How do you react, Lila?
Who's the man?
Roll a history check. Our first roll of the game.
History? 7.
So with a 7, you have no idea who this is, but I'm going to post this art in Keynotes. By the way, all art or relevant material I'll be posting in the Keynotes channel. So this is who you see come through the door into the tavern. He has short black hair with golden eyes and a cloak that is colored red, black, and gold. It is very velvety as he walks into the room. And the moment he does, everyone gasps and stares at him. The moment he's in there, he owns the room. His eyes gaze around, but they look directly at you and your friend at the table. He begins walking towards the two of you. What do you do? Do you do anything, or do you just keep looking at him?
She would like give him a warm smile and kind of like tilt her head slightly and be like, "Welcome in. Anything I can get for you?" Like gesturing towards the tavern.
He walks up and he looks at the two of you. You appear to be very kind and hostly. I appreciate that. You're certainly better company than my friend here, Brad, deserves. As his eyes dart towards your officer friend, Brad, as he stares him down, Brad kind of like shakes a little bit in his chair and goes, Prince Damien, what are you doing here, sir? Damien stares at him. The better question to ask is what exactly you're doing here while you're on duty. Who's watching over the gate? Is it a ghost, perhaps? Or maybe your laziness is watching over it. As his eyes just stare into Brad. Brad is sweating. He gulps as he can't even find the words to talk.
She'd kind of just take a small step back, being like, "That's their business." Like, like grabbing a few like empty glasses that Brad was drinking to like take back to the kitchen.
So as you do, Damien calls out to you, wait a moment. Would you mind staying and speaking for my friend? It seems his tongue has left his mouth. So once he says Prince, it connects to you. This man is Prince Damien Eagle, the heir to the throne of the kingdom, the oldest son of the king.
She'd like holding. She's still like holding a tray of like the dirty glasses in one hand, but she's gonna like try to manage like a bow or like curtsy, and be like, "How could I refuse your majesty?" Like she's just not used to seeing high-end people at all in this place, so she's like very kind of flustered.
He shakes his head as he glances at you. Please do not treat me like I'm different from anyone else. I am simply someone trying to serve our home. Now I must ask you, why exactly is my friend talking to you? Did he recommend you to the military?
She'll like set her tray down on like an empty table like behind her. That way like her hands and stuff are free as she does like she'll kind of nod and be like, "Yes, he's been kind of pestering me for weeks now to join the ranks."
I can understand why. I can sense something in you. You're much more than just an entertainer, much more than just a barmaid. You clearly carry the power to change others. You've managed to make my friend Brad here find his tongue again. As Brad's I lost track of time, Prince, and well, I don't want to hear it. You're demoted. Back to private. And as for you, what was your name, madam?
Lilac.
you can consider yourself to gain Brad's rank. You suddenly seem much more respectful than he does. Consider yourself joining the military. And if anyone gives you any trouble, tell them that you're friends with Prince Damien of the Golden Eagle Kingdom. And if you manage to climb the ranks, then I'll ask you to join my unit personally. As he just turns around and walks away.
She's like, she's like, well, I can't just say no to like literally the prince, but also she's like, does not think she has what it takes to actually be in the military.
So he just walks out, and just like that, Lilac, you become a soldier for the Golden Eagle Kingdom. And you now, we'll cut to it, but basically there's like a time skip later in which basically you find yourself to be on the front lines of the war. You don't know how you got there per se, but you remember how things just kept getting worse and worse to the point where you end up being, right now your rank is a corporal, as you now are at the front lines of the war. Now, as this is going on, we're going to go down to Risa. Are you ready, Risa?
I'm ready.
All right, I'd love to hear it. So tell me, Risa, how did you end up joining the Golden Eagle Kingdom military?
Well, I was living a simple life in a small village with my mother. Bake for the village. As I have power that I didn't have, I was eventually drafted as sorcerer.
Okay. Real quick, your mic is cutting out a little bit. It's probably because of your sensitivity. I'd recommend in your mic voice video settings trying to increase sensitivity or bring the mic closer to your mouth. But that was
Okay, is this better?
Huge difference. Huge difference.
Okay.
Okay, really good. Okay, so back to what you said. So you were a wizard and you were drafted, or were you drafted by a wizard? I missed that part.
I was saying that I'm a sorcerer and I was drafted for my abilities.
Ah, yes. Thank you for reminding me. So what is your race and class and your height?
Yes, my race is elf, my class is sorcerer, and my height is 5'6".
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. So you're a sorcerer and you find yourself to be studying different concoctions, learning how to use different spells, ingredients, and such. And as you're studying this material, this is before you get drafted. As you're studying this material, suddenly a man bumps into you. He just kind of rams his shoulder right into you, not giving a care about you, as you fall on your back on the ground. And he just keeps kind of walking away from you, kind of grumbling and saying, "Get out of the fucking way," as he keeps walking by. Roll a perception check.
Okay. I got 4.
So
Or 6.
So with a 6, I'm going to say roll advantage because it's something that's important to you that you would definitely check for.
Okay. Sorry, I think I don't know how to roll advantage on here.
No worries. So basically you just roll again. So advantage means you roll again and you pick the higher number.
Okay, got you. Oh, it's a 5.
Oh boy. So with a 5, you have no idea as the man just walks away. And as he walks away, another young man walks up in front of you and he looks exactly like the same man that Lilac saw. It's the man himself, Prince Damien. He stands in front of you as he offers his hand to you. His hand, which has a very rich-looking glove. It's like velvet fur, as he offers his gloved hand to you and says, Do you need a hand up, madam?
I take his hand and I'm a bit in awe at his apparel. Do I know that he's the prince?
Roll history check.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 7.
So with a 7, you can tell by his clothes that he is definitely someone important, but you don't know he's the prince.
Okay, well, then I thank him kindly, a little bit formally. And I think that Risa would be looking him over, trying to kind of ascertain who exactly he is or whether he's military or not.
As his eyes narrow at you, He kind of smiles slyly. Are you really going to tell me you didn't notice? You seem much sharper than that.
Notice what?
That man blatantly robbed you. Do you see your scroll in your bag? As his eyes dart towards your bag.
Damn. Okay, I look all around myself. I'm checking my pockets. I look in my bag and I see that the scroll is missing and my eyes are wide and I turn to where the man ran to see if I can still even see him.
So as you see, like, luckily for you, the man who robbed you, he is a wide dude. Like, he is at least 7 feet tall and 300 pounds minimum. As he's like walking away from you, and as he's walking away, you see him like kind of like jogging a little bit, but you still can see his head above everybody else. He's maybe 30, 40 feet away now.
What to do? I think I call out for him. I say, "Hey!" And I start off trying to get after him.
So like you run into the crowd as you're yelling after him, and the moment he hears you yelling "Hey!" he doubles his speed as he starts like he's sprinting, like he's running. And as he's running, Damien just kind of slowly walks behind you as you're running. Roll an athletics check. Let's see how fast you are. Well, actually, roll a dex check.
Okay. Oh, I got a 16.
So if it's 16, you're fast. Your desperation of getting your scroll, something that has tons of information about your sorcerer abilities, you need to get it back. And so you're running as fast as you can. Multiple people are like yelling, "Hey, like watch where you're going, lady!" As you're just bumping into like multiple shoulders everywhere. And like you bump into one woman and her like wig falls off her head. Like, "Hey, you know how much that costs?" And like she's just yelling at you. Do you stop to apologize, or are you just running?
I think I call over my shoulder. I say, "I'm sorry, there's a thief." And I run, but I don't stop and I don't slow down.
So you keep running until finally you catch up to the man. And the man, he can hear your footsteps as he suddenly, he turns around and he pulls out what appears to be a dagger. And he says, "Hey, watch it, you little lassie, watch it." As he's like just kind of growling at you, his teeth snarling as he's staring at you.
My God. Can I try to dodge it?
So he hasn't attacked you yet. He's just kind of like he's saying like, "Back off or I'm going to stab you." Do you try to grab your scroll or what are you doing?
All right. I think I take a couple steps back, hands up defensively, and I say, "I just want my scroll. That's all I want."
He stares you down. Roll. Okay, so you have a choice. Do you want to try to intimidate him, or are you going to try to persuade him?
I think I'll try to persuade him.
All right, roll persuasion. I'm also going to post in keynotes what the thief looks like.
Okay.
So this is what the thief looks like. And what'd you roll?
I rolled 12.
So with a 12, he just kind of spits in the floor and says, "I don't give a fuck. How about you leave off already and let me take your shit, huh?" As he kind of just like snickers at you as he picks his bag up slowly while still holding the dagger out.
Well, he's pretty big, and he does have the dagger, so I think I'm not going to press my luck too much.
Okay. So do you let him leave or what are you doing?
I stand down, I let him leave.
So as he begins to walk away, suddenly you hear a soft voice. "Hey," Damien says, and suddenly the man turns around, "Huh?" And you just watch Damien just right hook this guy right across the face. You watch at least 4 teeth fly out of his mouth as the guy falls on his back on the ground. And Damien stands above him, cold eyes, completely different than how he was towards you a moment ago, as he stares down at this man. "You really think you can rob people in the sight of your prince?" As Damien's like, he puts his boot on the guy's neck as the guy's like gurgling, "No, I didn't know you were there. I'll give it back to her. I'll give it back." "Really? You'll give it back to her? Can you give back her life since you just threatened it a moment ago? Or maybe I should give you back your teeth. Do you think you can swallow them?" as Damien keeps his boot on the guy's neck. And the guy just starts crying, please, please, I have a daughter. Damien stares down at him, but then he lifts his boot and he sighs. You know, if you're gonna play that I have a daughter card, then maybe you shouldn't be a criminal. You can't be any good of a father if you're behind bars. Now get out of my sight. Okay. As the man just kind of like, he leaves your scroll on the floor as he kind of just hobbles away, and he just runs away in fear as Damien just kind of stands there and like kind of brushes off his gloved fist a little bit.
Wow, I'm left in utter shock. I bring my hand up to my mouth as I witness the events. Then I quickly pluck the scroll and hold it to my chest. And then realizing that I'm in the presence of my prince, I get down on one knee to bow formally, and I say, Your Highness, thank you so much.
He shakes his head. I do not want you treating me like a prince, because right now I am not your prince. I am someone that you are not going to like. As he stands in front of you and he hands you your scroll.
I take the scroll, I look up at him, and I start to rise to my feet. And I say, What do you mean?
You have potential. Your speed was impressive, and I can sense the magical prowess off your scroll. You are not a weakling, yet you allowed that man to walk away. You allowed that man to rob you like you're nothing more than some victim. And that, to me, is insulting. So because of that, I am not your prince right now. I am your military commander, and I am formally drafting you to the military. You will now be a soldier to the Golden Ingle Kingdom. I heard about you through a wizard, and I wanted to see if what he said was true. And now I know it is. I'm sorry if you hate me for this, but I promise you, one day you'll see the value in showing your strength.
I think that Risa would frown because she does not want to join the military, but she's obviously not gonna defy her prince. So she's upset, but she kind of bites her tongue and she's like, okay, Your Majesty, whatever you think is best.
That's the correct answer. Hopefully, when you become a soldier, you'll show a bit more backbone. Now report to the gates and inform them that you've been recruited by me. And the next time I see you, Risa, I hope you would never let a man of a dagger scare you. As Damien walks away.
Damn, she's getting cooked.
I mean, just how Holland, bro.
Very well done. Very well done. Okay.
Thank you.
Celine, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, Celine, tell us your race, class, and height.
I'm a half-elf paladin. I don't know how tall I am, but the last time I checked, it was around 5'8", 5'10".
Okay. It's a little bit big of a difference, but okay. Let's say 5'9". Split it down in the middle.
Sure.
So you're 5'9". And tell us, were you drafted or did you volunteer to join the military?
I was drafted.
Okay, how were you drafted?
Okay. Well, let's just say I was helping out a wounded soldier at a nearby village, and as he was nearing death, he was like, oh, he mistook me for the angel of death, and he told me about his troubles, and that inspired me to make a change to help him, I guess.
So you volunteered?
Not really, I guess. But, like, I didn't want to, I just felt like I couldn't lie to that guy. Like, I don't really care for it.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Like, I'd rather not. I
Here's
just feel guilty.
here's what I'm going to imagine. And if you don't like what I
Okay.
do, then let me know, okay? So here's what happens. So Celine, you are a woman of honor. You believe in the value of words. You believe in the value of owning up to what you believe in. And so because of that, you march down the streets. You march down the streets and you prepare to walk towards the recruitment gate, in which you will be enlisted in the military of the Golden Eagle Kingdom. You know what this means. It's different than being a holy knight. It's different than being, whatever you were doing before. This is a commitment in where you could probably die. You're going to be on the front lines. You're going to be risking your life for something that you don't even understand. And so you hesitate a bit as you keep walking along. And as you walk along, a man runs up to you and he says, "Well, hello there. Tell me, do you got any money?"
I could. I may have some money. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? How about you open those pockets of yours so I can take a look?
Why do you want to know?
Because I want it. No shit. What are you, stupid?
I mean, what do you need it for?
What do I need it for? Well, let's see. What do I need it for? As he kind of like ponders to himself this question, like he's actually kind of confused at the question so much he's kind of like looking back at himself like, what do I need the money for? And he just kind of like keeps talking to himself, pondering the question.
All right, I'm gonna take that. I'm just gonna walk right past him. I'm not like.
So like as you're walking past him, he kind of like runs up, following behind you. Hey, stop! I'm robbing you, lady! As he like kind of like he grabs your leg, and you realize he was standing on what appears to be like these wooden sticks to make himself look tall. But he's actually like 4 feet tall as he like stands in front of you, and he's bald with a dagger. I will fuck you up, lady! As he's like just staring you down with like a little dagger in his hand. I'm gonna post in keynotes what he looks like.
I'm turning to him. I'm just gonna say, wait, let me take a look at what he.
I got you. I'm gonna post it right now. I got you. He calls himself Smitty.
Okay.
God.
Okay. I'm gonna say, all right, Smitty. You know what? How about you meet me here in an hour? Let's get back to this, yeah? And I keep on walking.
Hey! I'm talking to you. I'm Smitty. I run these streets, bitch. You better get the fuck back over here. Is he like he like picks up a pebble and throws it at your foot? Like a pebble bounces off your boot.
Yeah, I'm like, see you later, alligator.
So
just keep on walking.
So like
not stopping.
So like as you walk away, kind of laughing him off, he yells he says, "You know what? That's it. I'm calling my big brother." Yep.
Hold on, I'm not laughing though. I just walk away.
I'm okay. So,
yeah, I'm very nonchalant about it.
Okay, my mistake. So like you're not being rude or anything. You're just walking away, not really like acknowledging him for trying to rob you. And as you're stepping away, he yells he says, "No, this is some bullshit. Big brother! Toad, get the fuck out here, Toad!" And suddenly, like in the alley in front of you, you hear like the ground begin to shake a little bit, and you see a man walk out in front of you. And not just any man, this man is a frost giant of 9 feet tall as he stands in front of you, made of pure muscle, and he has like a white beard, and he says, "Are you ignoring my little brother?"
I'm looking right at him in the eyes and I'm saying, "No, sir. I was just telling him I'm busy. I'll be back in a second to talk to him, but I got things to do right now."
Yeah, what do you gotta do, huh?
Honestly, I don't know, but I was walking up ahead.
Walking up
Is there anything
ahead.
I can help you with?
Yeah.
I've got this feeling that I've got to keep on walking. That's what I got to do.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. What the fuck? You're just walking about destination? What?
Like, I don't know how to tell you this, but like, I have a divine intuition that I have to keep walking up ahead.
Huh? He just stares at you like scratching his beard like, the fuck you say? And as he says this, he just yells out, he says, "Boys, we got a philosopher. You know what we do with those." as you see like multiple bandit dudes walk around the corner. One of them is the guy who robbed from Risa. Like he's like kind of sitting in the back, and he's kind of like scowling at you. Like you notice his 4 front teeth missing as he's like staring you down along with the other bandits. I'm posting keynotes what he looks like.
I'm just gonna say, all right, guys. I kind of have some place to. You guys want to start walking with me? We can walk and talk if you guys are up for that. But I gotta keep on walking.
Walk and talk, huh? I'll show you walk and talk. As a man like runs up with his dagger out and he tries to attack you. I'm gonna roll to hit.
He's trying to attack me.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, a nat 1. So if a nat 1, I'm gonna give you a choice. I can either make it to where he fucks up in a really bad way, or I'll give you a free opportunity attack.
Nah, let him fuck up. I don't feel like hitting anyone.
Okay, very fair, very fair. So he walks up with a nat 1, and like as he's like running, like he's moving kind of sides, like he's zigzagging a little bit, like trying to show off. But suddenly you watch as his foot like kind of flinches into a snail, and he just kind of falls on his back. His dagger flips in the air, and the dagger lands in his left eye, impaling his left eye. Oh,
Okay. Can I help this guy out?
So you walk up to him and like you grab the dagger out of his eye. Like do you pull it out or what are you doing?
I don't know. Can I heal him like with a spell or something? I don't know.
So
Or bandage him up?
So you use lay on hands because you're a paladin. So you use lay on hands, and as you use lay on hands, you manage to give this healing aura around his eye. You pull the dagger out, and you watch as his eye reforms right there, and his eyes like widen. Holy shit, man! You just made my eye come back.
I'm gonna say, yeah. I wasn't.
Yo,
walk, dude.
One second. The bandit like stands up. Hey, yo, you guys know me. I'm Dodger. I'm telling you, don't mess with this lady. She's cool. She just gave me my eye back. Smitty's like, fuck off, Dodger. She insulted me by walking away. Nah. She's cool. I'm telling you, she's cool, man. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Like Dodger's like telling all the other bandits. All the other bandits kind of like start backing off a little bit, like not wanting to mess with you. As Dodger just looks at you and he says, "Hey, what's your name, lady?"
Name. Why do you want to know it?
Well, because I want to thank you, of course. You just gave me my eye back.
Okay. Right.
I need both my
call me-
eyes.
Well, you know what? I guess you can call me Selena.
Selena?
Yeah.
Well, all right, Selena. I appreciate it. Oh man, I'm gonna name my next kid after you, man. You're awesome. Hey, yo, guys, don't mess with her. All right, she's cool. All right, let's go rob the orphanage nearby or something. Come on, let's get out of here. Come on.
Damn, hold on. Can I stop them? Can I be like, whoa. Can I just say, hold on a second, guys. I'm not sure you guys should do you guys want to walk with me instead? I was, I met this dying soldier, like a couple villages back, and I feel kind of bad. And I'm gonna conscript into the king's army. Do you guys want to join me? Maybe I don't know.
Fuck no! What the
nice.
fuck? Dodger's like, hell no! Smitty's like, fuck no! The tone is like, mother's beard, fuck no! Like they're all like yelling, fuck no! Like, no, what the fuck? Who would join the army?
Even the big brother, the phone. Really? I'm gonna be like, really? Man.
He stares at you. He's like. Yeah, I'm big. You know what that means? I'm a big fucking target. They're gonna shoot arrows in my ass. Hell no. He yells out, and as they're all saying hell no, you suddenly hear footsteps behind you, and you hear a soft voice. And the moment that he speaks, you watch as all the bandits go, oh fuck, dude, it's the prince. Oh shit! As all all the bandits, all of them get on their knees. Even Smitty, they all get on their knees, kneeling as Prince Damien standing behind you. And he just kind of has his arms crossed. I think that this woman has a great idea. What is your name? I know it's not Selena, as he looks at you very, like, precise detail.
I'm looking at him straight in the eye, just like he was anyone else, and I'm saying, why do you want to know?
Because I am your prince, and I demand you
Not
tell
my
me.
prince.
Yes, I
Oh wait,
am.
I'm not from here. I'm not from here. Hold on.
Well, you
Or
live.
I'm just stupid.
No, you're good. You're good. So no. So you're good. So my recollection is that you are from a village that's in the kingdom, but it's a lot like very out of
Okay.
the way. Like you're not in the capital city. Like you're in the capital right now,
Okay.
but normally you're in like a more outskirt village.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say when he says, "Cause I'm your prince," I'm just gonna say, and
All right. Well, clearly me being your prince doesn't have any effect on you. So instead, I'm your fucking general, and I want to know your name. Or do I need to get it out of you by other means? As he places his
I'm telling
hand
him,
on the hilt of his sword.
oh, whoa, we'd be like, chill. How are you my general? I haven't even enlisted yet. Calm down.
You don't have to. You're being drafted along with your friends behind you. Smitty's like, what? Damien's like, that's right. You are all drafted into the Golden Eagle Kingdom military, and you could thank your nameless friend here for it, since she won't tell me her name. You all can go there nameless together, Damien says with a smirk,
Damn.
as he just looks at Celine and says, make sure to give them your real name when you're at the gate. And make sure these hoodlums go with you. If any of you don't follow this woman to the gate to get enlisted, I will find you, and I'll feed you your damn teeth. You don't believe me? Ask the one in the back with the stupid scowl. As Damien starts walking away, and like all the bandits are shaking, like, bro, dude, what the fuck, dude? I just want to rob people. I don't want to fight for a country.
All right. Well, I turn to him. I'm like, hey, at least now I know why I was walking this way. So come on, guys, let's get going. I guess we're friends now.
All the bandits are like crying, like Smitty's like, you know what? I bet they won't draft me if I lose a foot. As like Smitty like moves his dagger towards his foot, and Damien yells out as he keeps walking away, if any of you try to dismember yourselves or get out of it, then I will make sure that your resignation is in blood. And then he walks away like for good this time. As Smitty's like, fuck, man, fuck, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god, dude. Like
My bad, Smitty.
He's like crying. All the thieves are crying, and like they all begrudgingly. Yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry. Quick question. All of them?
All of them. Like they're all crying, bro. All of them.
Even the big brother? Damn.
Tone is doing some manly tears.
Okay.
Like you see like giant tears falling into his beard, like.
Damn.
And so, you march to the gate, and all the bandits follow you, like begrudgingly. Like they're all shaking. They're all like trying to think if they have some lost long twin that they could switch with themselves. Like they're all like scared. But ultimately, you all end up joining the military. And Celine, you actually become famous for bringing these bandits with you, because these bandits, they end up becoming a valuable asset to the military. They managed to rob the enemy better than any of the soldiers ever could. They end up managing to sneak behind enemy lines and robbing people in their sleep, stealing their daggers and money and everything. At one point, Smitty gets a war medal because of it. The bandits are celebrated as heroes because of you. And you end up becoming a sergeant, as you are now at the front lines of the war. The bandits are currently taking a little vacation, enjoying themselves back at home, but you're still in the front lines right now.
All right. Well, you know what? You're welcome, guys.
Yes,
I just made the world a better place.
Yes, indeed. All right, we're gonna go to Sura. Are you there, Sura?
Yes.
All right, Sura. Tell us, what is your race, class, and height?
I am a Goliath, a monk, and 7'5".
All right. Did you end up getting drafted, or did you volunteer?
Volunteer.
Okay, why did you volunteer?
Well, I got tired of seeing the amount of people in the kingdom that kept coming back hurt, and the amount of bodies that were left unburied on the street due, due to their injuries from this war.
All right. Very well said. I have an idea in my mind, and if you don't like anything I say, please let me know. So here's what I imagine happening. So you find yourself to be walking through the street. You've seen countless widows, countless husbands losing their wives in battle, wives losing their husbands in battle, children losing their fathers and mothers. It's gotten tiring for you to watch, and you feel like you have an obligation to help fight for your country. And so you volunteer, you walk up the streets. However, before you're going to volunteer, as you get to the gate, you see a couple of Golden Eagle soldiers. And I'm going to post in keynotes what the soldiers look like. Here we go. So this is the standard armor. So this is what you guys would all be wearing on the front lines. This is the standard armor for Golden Eagle soldiers. So you're walking up, and as you're walking up, you see 3 soldiers all standing around a guy. And fair warning, I'm going to give a trigger warning. This is going to be fucked up, so fair warning. So you see the 3 soldiers all standing around, and they have what appears to be a bucket with dice inside of it. And you see a man standing on top of a wooden stool with a noose tied around his neck. And he's crying and saying, "Please! Please! I don't want to die! I just want to go home to my wife!" And one of the soldiers laughs and says, "Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before you tried deserting, buddy. Just shut up and let us enjoy our little game, yeah? I say if I roll evens, then we kick the stool a little harder this time. See if he falls dead this time." One of the soldiers is like laughing as he's kind of rolling the dice in his hands. And you walk up and you notice that there's nobody else around right now. You're at a very deserted part of the wall. And you only see 3 soldiers outside right now. With this man who has a noose around his neck. I'll post in keynotes. Oh, sorry to hurt you. I'll post in keynotes what the man on the noose looks like. Go ahead and continue.
I would go up to them and ask what the meaning of this is. Like, what is the point in this violence?
So the moment that you walk up, one of the soldiers, he turns to look at you and he goes, "Whoa! Aren't you a big one? I haven't seen a frost giant in a long time. What exactly are you doing around here?"
I came to enlist, but I've come across something else. She would gesture to the show that they're putting on at the moment.
He stares at you and he says, "Well, if you're here to enlist, then go through the gate. The Forge Master will be in there and ready to give you your oath. Leave us alone." As he watches the other guy rolling the dice, he throws it into the can. "Oh, I got even! Oh, are you ready, criminal? I'm gonna enjoy kicking this stool real hard this time." As he kind of stands in front of this small little stool that's holding his man up barely.
Can I push them away lightly and get them off the noose? Since due to the height.
So you walk up, and as you walk up towards the stool, 2 of the men, they get nervous because of your height as they back up, and they because both men are 5'8". So they see you towering over them, and they back up. 2 of the soldiers take out their long swords. Sing! They take out their long swords and they both stare you down. "You better back up and head towards the gate." The 3rd man is standing in front of the stool. He has his boot on it right now. He hasn't kicked it yet, but he has his boot on it as he's looking at you. The man on top of the stool is crying and saying, "Please, you have to help me. Please. I didn't want to leave. My wife's pregnant. I just wanted to see the birth of my child. I was planning on coming back, I swear."
Is there a way to distract? Is there a way to get the soldier's foot off by distraction?
So you can do whatever you want. You have to think of an action you want to do.
Um,
But I'll
hmm.
but I'll give you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. What were you saying?
I was gonna say I'll give you a suggestion. What you can do is in this situation, men like these, they clearly have like, what's the word? They have big egos. If you challenge the man on the stool to a fight, it's very known in the culture of the kingdom that if someone challenges you to a duel, you need to say yes, because if you don't, you're a coward. You could challenge the man to a duel to stop him.
Mm. Could I look at his body language to see if he's shivering? Well, actually, that's what I want to do.
Okay. So yes, he is scared of you.
Okay. And so, yeah, I would challenge him.
All right, how do you say it? Try it. So I know you're very new. So a good practice to
Oh.
do in D&D is to play your character. Try to speak as your character. How would you say it to him?
So, you seem confident.
The man.
Then, since you guys like deals, how about I challenge you? If I win, you let the man go.
All right. Very well said. Roll persuasion.
Um,
Your persuasion will be amongst your skills on your D&D Beyond sheet.
okay. And then,
You click on the plus
very
number.
quickly.
Mhm.
Oh, the plus
Yeah.
number. Okay. So,
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
my computer's kind of slow, so
No worries.
sorry.
It's okay. I'm going to show the images I was talking about on the recording real quick while you're doing that.
Okay. Uh, hmm. Well, we got
A
13.
13. Very nice. So when you do that, the man, he immediately backs off the stool and he says, I don't want to fight you. I'm good. I'm good. And like as he like backs off, suddenly you hear footsteps as a man walks up behind you. And before, the three men in front of you were shivering, but now they fall to their knees as their blood goes cold. But Prince Damien, as Damien walks up behind you and he says, imagine a woman who is not a part of our military having more honor and guts than men who wear our armor. It seems to me like none of you deserve to fight for our home. As like one man, like Prince Damien, we were just messing around. We were just joking. And as he's saying this, Damien says, mercy I show to civilians, but people who wear our armor and act like criminals, I have no mercy for. As Damien just swings his sword, cutting off all three of these dudes' heads like nothing. All three soldiers drop to the ground, dead. Just like that. And then he frees the man on the noose. And he says, go see your wife and her unborn child. Report back here in a month, and if I find out you haven't, then I'll be bringing you back myself, and I'll draft your child the moment he's 18 as well. So you better come back. Yes, Prince Damien, yes! As the man in the noose runs away, and he turns to look at you. What is your name?
I would look at the bodies and shake my head in a disapproving manner of not only the prince, but also these soldiers. And then I would say, Sarah. My name is Sarah.
He nods and looks at you, and he says, well, I appreciate you standing up for that man. We need more people like you in our military. I can imagine you may not agree with my methods, but we don't show mercy to people who wear our armor and act like they don't deserve it. To wear our armor, to serve our country, that is the deepest honor there is. Because if it wasn't for us, the people who don these blades, then this sanctuary of ours wouldn't exist. People would be worried about catapults flying in their houses instead of worrying about whether it's going to rain today or not. We are the ones who protect them. That being said, I'll be putting in a special word for you. Go inside and get yourself registered. I look forward to seeing you again one day, Sarah. As he sheaves his sword and he walks over and he removes the helmets off of the dead men.
She would look at their eyes and how they're still wide in fear. She After she looks for a little bit too long, she would finally go into enlist.
All right. Very well done. Thank you. All right. Valif, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, perfect. So tell me, Valif, what's your race and class and height?
I am a wood elf ranger, and I'm about 6'7".
6'7"?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So 6'7", did you get drafted or did you volunteer for the
I
military?
volunteered.
Why
I
did
volunteered.
Why did you volunteer?
As a person of the slums, I could dodge the soldiers that were trying to conscript, but as the war grew bigger and bigger, they were looking at the slums, the people that they detest, and I could have fled using my abilities, but no, I wanted to be a soldier to stand up for this country because this is where I've been at for quite some time.
Okay. Very good. I think I have a story in my mind, if you don't mind. And
Sure.
if you don't like
Sure.
it, then tell me, okay? So here's the story I have in my mind. Another reason why you volunteered. What you said was very good, but an additional reason. So
Mm.
you live in the slums, and you have learned how to fight for your life because of it. You know the way of the streets. And you have been a thief and a criminal because of your mother. She has had a disease for most of your life. She has suffered, been unable to stand or walk, been unable to get a job. And so you have to be a criminal to provide for her. And her disease is getting worse. It's progressing worse and worse and worse. However, you still manage to get some medicine and try to help her. But then one day, as you return home with some groceries that you managed to get, you realize that there's 4 men standing outside of her door. These 4 men are all wearing the armor of soldiers, Golden Eagle soldiers. And one of them is slamming his fist into the door. Hey, let me in! You know what you owe me, bitch! Come on, open up! What do you do?
Oh, I. Oh, can I sneak into the house?
So yes, there's a window. There's windows to the sides of the house, so you can sneak in. Roll a stealth check.
Sure. Yes. 17.
Oh yeah, so you're sneaky. You easily manage to sneak into the house. You crack a window open and you get inside, and they haven't noticed at all. So you're inside the house and you see your mother. She's laying in bed and she's shaking with fear as she calls out to you, Valeth.
Yes, mother.
Valeth, I've done something bad, my dear. I've done something awful.
What did you do?
I never told you about who your father was. He's an officer in the military. And I just hate seeing you have to work all the time to provide for us. So I wrote him a letter and I told him about you. I told him that you were his son. And, well, I told him that if he didn't send us money, then I would inform them that, well, that he had an affair with me while he was married. And I suppose in response to me asking for money, he sent these soldiers here. As you continue here banging on the door, let us in already, come on! And you hear banging on the door as she looks at you and she says, I just wanted him to give some money to help you.
You know, I never needed help. I could provide for you. I know the streets. I know, I've grown here. I know like the back of my hand. Can you move? I need to get you out of here.
As you say that, like she has tears rolling down her eyes. And as she lifts the bedsheet, you're reminded that she can't. Her legs are badly deformed. She has some strange disease that makes it to where her muscles deteriorate over time. And so you watch as she tries to move her legs, but she can't. And as this is going on, you suddenly hear the man yell out, all right, I'm fucking tired of this. You're gonna answer for your little blackmail, bitch! As you hear a man pull out a sword and he slams it into the door, getting the hinges off. As he kicks the door open, boom! The door opens as these four men with swords, like they all walk up to you, and the man stares at you. Why, hello there, kid! You must be the bastard!
Bastard. You're the bastard.
Roll intimidation.
Please. Please. Shots. I got 16.
So with a 16, the way you say that, anger fuels from your voice. As the soldiers who were right about to charge, they stand back a bit nervous as they stare you down. The man calls out, he says, listen, kid, we don't want any trouble. Just step aside and we're gonna take your mom for a little trip. Her dearly beloved wants to talk to her, but he can't be bothered to come to the slums like this. So how about you do us a favor and just step aside. The woman in the bed, your mother, she calls her, she says, Valeth, please, just let them take me. Your life is so young and healthy. You have so much to look forward to. You have so much to do. You have to meet a girl and live a life. Please, my beloved. Or okay, she wouldn't say beloved, my bad. She says, please, my dear, just step aside. Let them take me, please.
Mother, those are amazing stuff, but I will not be able to fully enjoy it without you. So take me to see that bastard of a father. I shall talk to him myself.
The men stare you down and they say, no, you're not, kid. I don't even need a sword to deal with you. As the one man begins walking up to you and he puts his fists up like he wants to fight you. What do you want to do?
Grapple him.
All right. Roll a strength check.
Fuck. That was a bad idea.
You could change you can change your move if you want. I don't mind.
No, because grapple is strength based. I forgot about it.
Oh yeah. Well, you already rolled, so we gotta go through it now.
That's fine. Yeah, okay. I rolled this free.
So Valeth, because of your anger, because of your rage, you're not thinking clearly. As you move in and you try to grapple him, even though you know strength is not your strong suit. As you move in, you try to grapple him, but the man, he immediately uppercuts you and throws you on your back on the ground. He takes out his long sword, and I'm gonna roll to hit. So with a 9, actually, I'm gonna roll advantage because you're prone right now. because he knocked you on the ground. So I'm gonna roll with advantage.
I hate to interrupt. Where are you rolling?
I'm rolling on roll 20.
It's doing it internally.
Yeah.
It's not showing up anywhere.
Yeah. I'm doing internally. I keep my dice rolls internal.
Oh, gotcha.
No worries. Sometimes I do it on the server. It just depends. I didn't get mine own set up. So yeah. Normally I do public rolls, but not for this one. Sorry about that. Okay. So that being said, with a 23, he hits, and I'm gonna roll damage. So he deals 16 damage. He deals 16 damage as he slams the sword right into your left hand. He slams it hard as blood gushes out, and he laughs at you. Look at that! The bastard bleeds red as he stares down at you, mocking you. And as he keeps the sword pressed into you, the three other men, they all walk up and they begin to kick you. You see the three men begin to kick you in the ribs and the gut. One of them gets ready to kick you in the face. And your mother is crying on the background, "Stop this! Please stop this!" And as this is going on, you suddenly hear footsteps enter into the house. And you hear a man clear his throat. One of the men turn and looks around. Oh fuck! It's the prince! As all three soldiers immediately, or correction, 4 soldiers, all 4 soldiers immediately stop hitting you, and they all get on their knees before the prince. He stares them down, and he looks at Valeth. Your name is Valeth, I imagine? You're the bastard, right?
Yes, my name is Bailiff, and I'm not a bastard.
Ah, you have fire in your spirit. Good. Tell me, Valeth, if you're not a bastard, then what are you?
I am a filial son to my mother.
I respect that. You stand up for what's weak, and you stand up for what you love. Those are the qualities of a soldier. Not whatever the fuck. Or correction, not... These men certainly don't have that. As he looks down at the men kneeling. And it's not what it looks like, Prince. We caught this man stealing on the road, and we came here to investigate. The prince shakes his head. I already know about the letter. I intercepted it when I was doing my routine checkup on the mail. I know about the officer having an affair, and I don't care about that. What I do care about is blackmail, which is why I came here. But it seems to me like the woman suffered enough, especially with fools like you paying her a visit. Tell me, Valeth, the man who protects his mother, what should happen to these men? One of the men says, "Please, it's just a misunderstanding, please."
I want them demoted. I want them out of the rank. I want them here in the slums where they desecrated and they did terrible stuff. They scared my mother.
Damien nods as he steps forward. Are you sure you don't want them dead?
Death is too easy on them. I want them to suffer. Suffer in the slums.
Damien nods. Very well. He walks up to the men. He says, I hereby decree that you are no longer soldiers in my military. You have lost all titles and ranks, and all money in your accounts have been possessed. You are now men with no names and no money. And just to make sure you understand how it feels to be like the woman in that room, I decree that all of you will need to suffer a life of crime. Until you're caught, that is. Good luck getting away with a limp, as Damien just swings his sword, cutting off all of the men, one leg off of each of the 4 men. He cuts off a leg off each of them, as they all scream, "Oh, fuck!" As they all scream and cry in pain and fall on the ground. And he just stares down at them. And he looks at Valif. And he hands you a pouch. Take this money and use it for your mother. Make sure she gets the help she needs. There's holy healers at the capital who can heal her legs, heal her muscles. Make sure your mother's taken care of. That is what's important right now. But when you're done doing that, Valif, I want you to find me at the gates. Because you are a man who we need in our military. Meet me there, and I'll make sure that you become someone your mother's even more proud of. Good luck to you, soldier. As Damien
Thanks,
walks
my
away.
friend. Also,
No, say it. I love that. Say it.
thanks, my friend, and I accept your order.
Damien nods
And
and
he
he.
bows and kneels.
Nice. I love that. Very nice. I'm gonna give you a token of inspiration, Valif. I love the flavor there. Very well done. Very well done.
Got you. Thanks.
So with that being said, Damien walks away, and you are now officially. To just kind of summarize what happens, you take the money he gave you, and you find a doctor who can heal your mother. Her legs and her muscles are completely healed now. She's back to normal. And you manage to move her out of the slums into a nice house. And then after all of that, you join the military, where you fight for your country. And those men who attacked your home, to this day, they're begging for change on the streets. And with all that being said, Valif, you're now on the front lines. All right, we're down to the last player. Vera, are you ready?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, Vera. Tell us your race, class, and height.
Vera is a changeling rogue. And she changes height from time to time, but she usually stays 5'6" to 5'8".
All right. And tell us your, or correction, what's the reason that you joined the military? Were you drafted or did you volunteer?
Oh no, she was definitely doing some crime and she got caught.
All right, so let's talk about that. I remember that you are a part of a gang. What's the gang called?
So it is the Pale Court Guild.
Yes.
She's not technically officially on the books, but she's close friends with the guild master, so he just kind of gives her clients that he thinks she'd like.
I have a story in my mind, and if you don't like it, let me know, okay? All right, here we go. So you're speaking to the guild master, and let me find what the guild master would look like. I'm going to say the guild master looks like this. He's a tiefling. I'm posting in keynotes what he looks like. So this guild master, he looks at you and you walk up to him and you have you have a solid relationship with him as he glances at you and he goes, "Oh man, you're looking for work today, aren't you?"
Just anything that might amuse me.
Amuse you? Amusement and you are two things that don't go together from the work I've seen you pull off. Last guy complained that he almost died because of you.
Oh, please, it's amusement for me.
Oh, Vera. Always so ruthless. Not that I'm complaining, you always get some money in my pockets. However, I should warn you. I only have one job available today, and it's a bit of a risky one, but high pay. Oh, Vera, your mic cut out.
Sorry. Tell me, what is it?
So he looks you in the eyes and he says, "This job will pay 10,000 gold pieces."
Low money, but sure.
Low money? Your highest job was 1,000 gold coins. This is 10 times more than you ever made in one job.
The jobs you know of.
Listen, it's a job from an offhand client. Someone who really needs this done, and it needs to be done quickly and quietly.
You got me intrigued.
It's not a kill job. All you gotta do is steal something. Rumor has it that there's a bar that Prince Damien likes to go to once a week to try to help people in need. All I know is that he gets there at 7 p.m. every Thursday. It's a bar called Dragon Tail. You need to find Prince Damien and you need to steal his sword off of him. His sword, rumor has it, has the ability to bring someone back to life. If you can steal that sword, 10,000 gold. And if you can do it without him noticing, 20,000 gold.
Now that's intriguing. Any idea why they want this sword?
I can't say. Client privilege.
Fair enough.
You have until next week. When you get the sword, bring it to me and I'll give it to the client and you'll get your payment. So, funnily enough, at this point in time, you don't know much about Damien. All you know about the prince is that there's been a lot of rumors that he's a very weak guy, that he's very frail, very defenseless. The reason why is because at the last ceremony of the naming ceremony, Prince Damien reportedly fainted while walking up to the throne. He fainted right there. And so ever since, people have been calling him the weak prince, saying that he's nothing more than someone who is too weak to become king. And so he's known as a weak boy.
All right. I'll take the job.
All right. So Vera, what do you do to prepare for this job?
I would probably hang around the bar, see who's the regular, and then I would decide to change into one person. I'd probably knock him out, tie him up, hide him, and become
All right.
that person, kind of replicating their not only their features but some of their mannerisms.
I'll show you what the man looks like. So I'm posting in keynotes. This is the man that you notice is there frequently. You know that he is a professor. Here we go. Posted in keynotes. You know his name
Do I
is
know what?
Professor Argan.
Do I know what he studies?
He studies history. So he's a professor of history.
All right.
All right. So you like basically you knock him out, and where do you put him? Like where are you storing him?
I would probably see if I know anyone nearby, any like friends of the guild, and stow him there where he can be watched over.
Okay, so you manage to, like, at nighttime, you follow him through the streets, and as you do, he's near the guild, and suddenly you hit him in the back of the head. He has a harder head than you realize as he falls in the ground, and he looks up at you. Hey! What in the blasted darnation are you doing? I am a professor. You can't hurt me. I have... Oh my god, how did I forget the word? The... tenure. I have tenure!
Sorry, bud. It's just business. And I kick him in the face.
So you kick him in the face and he goes unconscious. And so you proceed to tie him up and you store him. After you do this is Wednesday night. So Thursday is the next day. You go into the bar, and as you're in the bar, it's Thursday. And it's 7:10 p.m. as you're disguised as this professor. And as you're there, you don't see Damien yet. But everyone else is still walking around, doing drinks, minding their own business.
I'd be doing whatever the professor was doing, whether it's talking to people or just taking a drink.
So as you're standing in the bar, a woman walks up to you and she says, Professor Argan, how are you today?
Quite well, how about you?
I am explicit. Tell me, have you managed to find the answer to my thesis?
I'm gonna do a perception check.
Very good.
$16.
So if it's 16, this woman believes that you're Professor Argan, and she seems to be an intellectual just like him. From her attire and what she has on her, it's pretty clear that she is a professor as well.
I haven't gotten to it yet. Sorry, darling.
Her eyes kind of squint at you. Did you just call me darling? How scandalous. You're a married man, Professor Argan. Although I wouldn't be opposed. She kind of like winks at you.
Unfortunately, sorry, it's gone to habit now. My wife likes to be called darling, you see.
So she like kind of like looks you up and down, and she smiles and says, I see. Well, I suppose. That woman really doesn't deserve you, you know. I hope you're aware of that. I hope you don't mind, but I am also meeting of a friend of mine. A young man who I'm trying to, between you and me, hook up with my daughter. He is quite a hard man to settle on any woman. From what I've heard, he doesn't even really like girls. Or rather, that's the rumor. Although another rumor is that he's weak, which is definitely not true. As you suddenly see Prince Damien walk up and stand right next to the professor, and he nods at you. Good evening, professors. How are you today?
Your Highness, what a splendid time to see you today.
Damien nods and kind of narrows his eyes at you. You don't sound like Professor Argan. Anytime he sees me, he always wants to arm wrestle me.
My arm's quite tired. I had a lovely night last night.
He looks at you, and I'm gonna roll insight for Damien. Actually, roll deception.
Yeah, 11.
So with an 11, let me roll insight for Damien. Ooh, a 14. So he
I have
looks
a
at
plus
you.
9. How did that happen?
Here, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give you advantage because you look just like the guy. Like you copied his appearance perfectly. So go ahead and roll advantage.
That's more like it.
So with a 24, you lie smoothly. It comes off your tongue like every other day. And Damien, he kind of squints at you. He is always a cautious person, a paranoid person, some would say. But your lie is so smooth that he kind of just nods and says, very well. Well, I'm in a good mood today. So drinks are on me. As he raises his hand and the whole bar cheer, like the whole tavern cheers, yeah! As they all cheer at Prince Damien offering to buy drinks for everybody. As he takes a glass of whiskey for himself. And he smiles at the two of you as he says, I have some really good news. It turns out that they found a cure for my condition.
Oh?
So you remember how I was bit by that bug a couple months ago? And that's the reason why I fainted? Turns out it gave me some kind of disease. However, all of our healers weren't able to get rid of it. But I found a way to get rid of it myself. And it's all thanks to this sword, as he taps his hand on the sword.
Well, congratulations. I've been hoping you'd get better.
He nods as Professor Nilny, she looks at him and she says, well, now that you're healthier, you can date my daughter, Bridget. I'm not interested in anyone, Professor Nilny, you know that. I don't have time for love. My duty is to my country. Oh, well, you can't do that all the time, Damien. Come on now. You have to have room for pleasure as well. Not really my style. The only pleasure I need is knowing that my home is safe, and that the people in it are safe. As he looks at Professor Argan. Professor, I wanted to talk to you about something that we discussed last time. Can I take you away for a moment?
Absolutely.
Damien begins to walk out of the tavern. He walks out towards the back door, leading out into the streets. The sun is down now and it's nighttime.
What is it you wish to discuss, my prince?
The two of you are now outside at the back of the tavern, and his back is against the wall. He crosses his arms and he sighs. It's about my father. I worry that his condition's getting worse. I know that I asked you before if you heard of any kind of medicines in the past used for memory loss, and I know that you said that you were going to look into it. Did you find anything?
Can I don't know what role it would be, but can I rack my brain to see if I've heard anything like this before?
Roll history check.
8.
So with an 8, you don't know anything about it.
Unfortunately, I have not found anything yet of late, my prince.
He sighs. I suppose that makes sense. If someone knew something like that back then I'm sure we would have kept a record of it by now. I just don't know what I need to do. I don't want to be a ruler who hides behind his walls. I want to be on the front lines. I want to be making a difference. But my father's condition's getting worse by the day. And if I don't stay by his side, then who knows what he could do. I caught a man trying to convince him to sign a bill making him the heir instead of me. I almost broke that man's nose when I found out. Duke Cashmere is a scumbag if I ever met one.
Yes, well, you'll have a bunch of them trying to take advantage. The best you can do is stay with your father.
I know. But I hate myself every day that I hear about us losing the war, and I'm not there. I don't know what I should do. I appreciate your friendship, Professor Argan. You're the only person who doesn't treat me like a prince. You treat me like someone trying to help, and that means a lot to me. Thank you.
Any day you need me, I am here.
He nods. Anyway.
Well, let us get your mind off of this for now. Have some drinks and enjoy the night.
I'm afraid that I have to leave early tonight. My father told me he wanted to talk about something. I just didn't want to ditch you and Professor Nilny, so I showed up for a little while, but I need to go. I appreciate your company. As he offers his hand to you. To shake it.
I'd shake his hand just a little bit, and then I'd wait for him to start walking off.
All right. He begins walking off.
I would bring out my whip and try and wrap it around his neck and pull him down to the ground.
Roll to hit. What?
14? Wait, did I put the wrong one on there?
No worries. 14 you said?
Yeah.
There we go. The thing was being weird. So with a 14, you miss. And so you so actually no, you don't miss. So here's what happens. So you throw the whip around his neck and it manages to get around his neck and you pull on it tightly and you watch as his body begins to get pulled back a bit. However, Damien, he is much stronger than you could have imagined. You definitely underestimated him a little bit as you watch his hands wrap around the whip and they begin to pull away from his neck. You watch as his shoulders begin to like you see the muscles bulge on his shoulders as he's like pulling with all his strength. And as he's pulling with his strength, he kind of gurgles a bit as he says, "Ah, fuck. The one time I'm careless, as you see him pulling of all his strength until finally he manages to pull the whip off his neck. And the moment that he does, he turns towards you and he runs as fast as you can imagine. He moves quickly as he tackles you against the wall, his arm pressed against your neck. Roll a strength check.
11.
All right, let me roll for Damien. A 9. So luckily for you, you're stronger than him at this moment. Damien presses you against the wall, and he has his arm on your neck. And as he looks into your eyes, he says, I had a feeling something was off about you. But luckily for whoever you are, I like Professor Argan, so you better hope that he's okay. Show me who you really are. As he looks into your eyes, and it appears like he's trying to choke you out. But you're stronger at this moment. What do you want to do?
I want to immediately shrink myself into a gnome that I've met before, just someone from the guild, and try and go under his legs and around him before turning back into myself.
So you morph yourself into Smitty. As you morph yourself into Smitty, and you get underneath him, between his legs. And what do?
I would turn back into Professor Argan behind him and try and use my whip to wrap around his entire body this time.
So, 1 second. Okay, continue for. So you manage to get behind him, and you turn back into Professor Argan, and you wrap the whip around his body. Roll to hit. With advantage.
21.
Ooh, so the 21 you hit, you manage to wrap the whip around his body. However, as you get the whip around his body, he uses a reaction. You watch as his entire body begins to glow with some kind of heat. You feel an emboldening heat on you, as though the sun itself was touching you. And you immediately back up a little bit. Roll a dex save.
10.
So with a 10, you're not high enough. And so you feel this heat suddenly slam into you as you fall onto your back. Roll a con save.
10.
So with a 10, you fail. As your changeling form, you go back into your original appearance because of the shock. And so you fall on your back, and as your true appearance is revealed, Damien pulls out his sword and stands in front of you, and he points his sword at you while you're on your back, and he stares you down. No one has ever gotten the upper hand on me like that before. What is your name?
I don't think you've earned the right to it yet. Could I try and kick him in the nuts?
So roll to hit.
That'd be an unarmed strike, no?
Yes, unarmed strike.
17.
So if a 17, you're close, but not high enough. As you try to kick him in the nuts, however, Damien, he immediately catches your boot and says, enough! I'm done being nice. Clearly, I have to be the asshole if it means I don't get jumped by runts like you. As he immediately lifts you up by your boot. He lifts you up and he throws a punch right at your face. I'm gonna roll to hit. So with an 8, you manage to weave your head, dodging him. But as you dodge the punch, he lifts you up and he slams you back into the ground hard. The entire ground begins to shatter a little bit around you as you feel your head a little concussed as you're slammed into the ground. And as you're on your back on the ground, Damien, he suddenly begins to glow even more as he uses an ability inside of himself. His sword glows as he drops his sword on the ground and he says, I don't need a sword to deal with you. As he moves fast and he grabs your whip and gets on top of you, he manages to bind your wrists above your head as he presses his knee right into your neck. And he says, you're lucky that I'm not in the mood to throw you in a dungeon. I have a much better idea for you. As he presses it into your neck, and roll a con save.
Fuck, 7.
So of a 7, unfortunately, you aren't able to withstand him like suffocating you. And so you go unconscious from his knee into your neck. You go unconscious as he lifts you up and throws you over his shoulder while your wrists are tied up. And he carries you all the way to the gate. And once you get there, he puts you in a seat and he sits in front of you. And he has a cup of tea. And as you wake up with your hand still tied in front of you, he looks at you and he says, "Do you want some tea?"
Sure, I'll take some.
He nods as he hands the tea to you to drink it yourself, and he says, "I'm not gonna lie. You really impressed me tonight. You actually almost took me down. I had to use a blood ability in my family that you don't even know about to win. Are you going to tell me your name? Or am I going to have to draft you into the military?"
Now, Prince, you should know it. I'm quite well known.
Well, consider me ignorant. Who are you?
They call me the Canary.
The Canary. So your name is Vera. I never actually saw a picture of you. You're a hard person to find.
I think Vera's face would kind of drop a little bit as she only goes by the Canary. That's all people know her by, so the fact he knows her name would kind of shock her a bit.
So, like, as you're shocked, he would look at you and he'd say, "Don't be surprised. The military has a lot more resources than you might think. And I like to keep a tab on all criminals in my country, especially the ones that are famous. Or infamous, I suppose I should say. You have been very impressive. You've managed to rob various people without them even knowing about it. You've managed to pull off heists. You've managed to get away without getting arrested even once. And most importantly, you almost got the drop on me. So that's why I'm going to be drafting you into the military. You'll be joining us and defending our home. And I have a deal for you, since I know you're the kind of person that only does things for her own interest. If you manage to survive the war for 2 years, then I will personally pay you triple whatever your bounty was to get me. Does that sound fair to you? Although, to be honest with you, your answer doesn't really matter. I already called for the Forge Master. He's coming out in a moment." He kind of like, he says that in like, he kind of smirks at you after saying that.
I'm more interested in that blood magic you were talking about.
If you survive for 2 years and we meet again, then I'll tell you what it is. And even more than that, if you impress me, I'll give some of it to you.
It's a date. And she'd kind of like lean back with a small wink.
He kind of rolls his eyes as he kind of just sighs and says, "Seems like everyone's got date fever these days. Forge Master, she's all yours. I hope I see you again, Vera. Don't disappoint
Please, you're
me."
not that interesting.
He smiles and walks away, and just like that, you're drafted into the military. You've been in it for 1 year and a half. You have 6 more months left, as you now are fighting on the front lines. And just like that, all 6 of you are on the front lines of this war. We're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break, everybody, and then we're going to begin the official present time of the war. All right, guys? So 5-10 minute break, everybody. We're starting now. Manama. Fair warning, we are still streaming. So, any thoughts or questions before I go get myself a snack?
Dude, you're so good at this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Amazing DM. Amazing.
Thank you, I really appreciate it, guys. Very kind. You guys are all amazing as well. I've been very impressed with your performances. All of you have done very well. I appreciate all your passion and work into your characters. You guys are all amazing. I'm gonna grab a little snack for myself. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Sure.
So, how do you guys feel about pineapple?
In what setting? Like to eat, like pineapple juice to drink, um, to other things. Like on
To talk
pizza
to,
or like
like
yeah,
to talk to,
to talk
to talk to.
to, to
Yeah,
lick.
yeah. Lick. Wait, wait. Where did the lick come from?
Slurp.
Sorry.
Oh, what type
Do
of?
you
like,
ever just
like.
like get a pineapple and like look at the texture of it and then just lick it?
Huh?
I think it would hurt. Wait, it looks like it would hurt to
They're
lick
not
it,
that
Mind
wouldn't it?
about letting my
spiky.
dogs out. My family got them. Yeah, but you lick it while it still has the rind on it?
It's not spiky, like not that
Yeah, but
spiky.
there's no
What?
taste.
Y'all eat it with the skin? Wait,
No,
what?
I
How do
don't.
y'all eat
No,
it
no,
without the
no, no,
skin?
no, no. I don't eat the skin, but I would lick it. Like, cause
Y'all
it's
eat
just
your
Like,
a,
you
pineapples with the
it's a
wrapper on?
with
fun
the skirt and
texture to
stuff?
lick.
You know, technically, if you just look at something, you kind of know what the texture is, so you don't have to.
It's not knowing the
Be right
texture,
back.
right? Because
I'm
you
a
could
hot
just
pocket.
touch it, right? It's the feeling of the texture specifically on your tongue. Anyway, I do like pineapples.
They are good without the rind on it. They're really good. I do like
I
them.
wouldn't eat the rind.
I don't know. You're getting really weird with the pineapple, man. I really should have put better in my cons.
I'm
Yeah,
packing
what?
my pineapple.
My constitution.
Oh,
Hot pocket.
I was shocked. I was like, how's that deception? I got a +9. What?
Mm-hmm. It. I'm kind of scared. I don't know how this is gonna go for me.
I'm also scared, but it's okay. We got this.
that's the fun of it. It's
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, fair warning. I forgot to do it earlier, but now I have time. I'm gonna be setting up my sound effects, so you guys may hear gunfire stuff like that. So fair warning.
Uh-oh.
Gotcha.
Oh, I want to do a sound effect that I have while we're on break. Um,
oh my god.
That was Vera as soon as she heard her name come out.
Inconceivable.
Have any of you guys seen The Boys?
I haven't, but I plan to.
Have you seen Death Note?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay. Um,
I haven't watched The Boys, but you know, I haven't watched The Boys, but I have seen edits to the point that, like, edits and highlights that I could
Hmm.
probably talk about. some of the events because there's always edits of it. Like, oh my god,
No,
he
that's
did
true.
this.
Stronger.
Yeah.
I'm smarter.
My favorite character has
better.
to be
I am
Sage.
better.
Is who?
Sage.
Sage?
Based on highlights. Yeah.
Yeah, I like her. My
Mm.
favorite is my favorite has been Frenchie since the beginning of the show, but they like ruined him slightly later on. But I think he's coming back. Like he's getting better now. But I do like Sage a lot.
That's kind of like, I hate when shows do that. Like, especially the long running ones, when they make the character kind of worse. Sometimes they'd focus on one personality trait. They did it with Family Guy, but I don't think it's
Mhm.
as bad as in The Boys. Because
Yeah,
you know
well,
how Family
like
Guy
with
used to be.
I've never seen. I mean, I know of Family Guy, and I've seen some here and there, but not consistent enough to like know anything about the show really. Other
Mm.
than like clips I've seen.
You know, it's like little. Have you seen SpongeBob? Because they did it with SpongeBob
Yeah.
too. Yeah, so SpongeBob and all the other characters had like all these layers to their personality, but over the years they
Mhm.
kind of just dumbed them down to
Oh
like a
no, for
personality.
sure.
Yeah, they're the same for Family Guy, right?
Yeah,
Because
I think that,
you know, Peter and Lois and the whole family, they used to be like, they used to get into like these stupid shenanigans, but they still loved each other at the end of the day. The later seasons, it just feels like they all hate each other.
yeah, I mean, all
Um,
I've seen, yeah, are basically just clips of him like being such a dick to his kids, especially the girl, I think. And I know that was like a thing early in the show, but then they like super like went into
Whoa,
it.
okay.
Whoa.
Okay, Captain, I see you.
I'm mentally preparing you guys for the effects I'm going to be using.
Okay, this is the effect I'm gonna use every time
God damn.
the thunder's what?
Okay, last one.
Man, this South Park goes crazy.
This is loading a gun.
Oh. Do the
Sounds like some
thunder one
kidding.
again.
Huh?
Do the thunder one again.
No, it's too loud. No, I'll be nice. This is
The loading sounds like someone's just clapping.
Yeah.
this is the sound I would have used. So when I said the guy pulled out his sword and I was like, shing, that was me. But this is what I would have used if I had my soundboard out.
Mm.
Shing. Man, oh man. All right, guys, we're starting in less than 1 minute.
Alright, is a damsel in distress.
I'm gonna put you guys in a new map, so you guys can kind of mentally prepare.
Okay.
Oh. I'm scared.
I'm shocked how bipolar this prince is.
It's okay, he's still hot, so
I don't know.
I'm not so sure. He's just willing to snap some people's necks, just 1 to
Yeah.
100 real quick.
yeah, that's okay.
My headcanon will always be, bro was from the slums, but the king adopted him. And you could take someone out the slums, but you can't take the slums out of someone. That's what I think. So
He's still hot, I don't
all
care.
I'm saying, dude's always ready to fight.
That's okay.
Big bro was hot, I'll admit.
Exactly.
That
so
I can agree to.
Wow. What is this map?
And we're really on the front lines.
Somebody asked you for gold within 10 minutes of meeting them. Front lines.
Oh, that's the orb, I'm guessing, in the middle there.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, we got backup.
Oh, yo.
Okay, I'm posting a keynote. Your guys' commanding officer. This is the man who's been in charge of your platoon.
You're telling me it's not me? I'm not the commandant.
Is it about to be another hot person?
It probably is.
Please. Please let it be.
I mean, zoom in on the token, they're hot.
We need the prince on the front lines, man. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's hot.
Okay.
He's mine.
You know, I thought that Damien
Um,
was an aura farmer, but this is crazy. Where
You
is
know,
he
you
hidden?
guys,
I think we're all
you
aura
guys,
farming,
can,
aren't
you
we?
guys can have him. I'll take Damien.
It's crazy. You can have
Actually,
him.
no, y'all could. Yo, as long as I can have the professor deny me, let me have it. Hear me out.
I can beat him for you.
He can't
It's
handle all that. That's all I
the
can
guild
say.
master
The
for
professor
me.
can't handle all that.
He's got a wife though. I
No,
tried
no,
to
no. I
make
don't
him
want
not
the
as
professor. I want the
sleazy.
woman. I want the
Oh,
woman.
oh, the other professor. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. He can't handle all that. The professor can't handle all that. I can.
No,
I'm
she's a cutie. No, you're right. He turned her down. Like, damn.
like me
Well,
personally.
I turned him down.
I
Never
would-
mind. About to say the professor didn't. No, that was me.
Oh yeah. I call dibs.
Okay.
Out
I
of
just want
all of
dibs
you,
on, the prince.
I would say that when it comes to Damien, out of all of you, I think the one he respects the most would probably be either Valif, Vera, or Lilac. One of those three he respects the most.
Damn.
Hey yo, so
Damn.
I've got a chance. No.
GG.
Vera's only into him because she wants to know what that blood magic is.
Mm.
Okay, guys, let's do a mic check. Make sure everyone's locked in. Lilac, you there?
Yeah.
Risa, you there?
Present.
Celine, you there?
Oh yes, hello. Sorry, my bad.
No worries. Sura, you there?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Valif, are you there?
Yes.
Perfect. Vera, you there?
Here, here.
All right, everybody. Let me get the right music for this going, and then we're gonna get started. I'm gonna set the scene, and we'll go from there. You guys should all be able to see the map. I hope the new map.
Yeah.
I see it.
Cool. All right. I think this music's fitting for what's going on. Okay, everybody, let's get into it. So we are resuming this one shot. So we move forward in time, and right now it's the present for all of you. You all have found yourselves to be in the front lines of this epic, bloody war. You are now at the center of it, as you now have a trench war going on between you and the orb of magic. And you know that the Mystic Sparrow Kingdom has managed to maintain control of that orb for the last 4 to 5 years. Your platoon has tried charging multiple times. Thousands of men and women have died trying to get to that orb. But it never succeeds because the Mystic Sparrow, they use the orb for their own defense. The orb shoots magic beams randomly. Now, that being said, you all are having a meeting going on behind the trenches in front of your officer, Holy Knight Avery. Now, let me put new music for this. Now, while Avery's talking to you guys, you see other soldiers at the front. So you see a couple soldiers behind cover, and they're shooting off rounds randomly. And they're doing this because they want to make sure that no one can hear you guys having this little meeting going on. So there's roughly 10 to 15 soldiers that have all been considered very strong. You 6 are also considered to be among the strongest within this platoon, as you all stand in front of Divine Knight Avery. And while this is going on, do you guys just hear... multiple sounds of combat and war going on as you're having this meeting. The ground itself shakes a little bit while all this is going on. Avery, he stands there and he looks at you. All of you. I want everyone to take a kneel. I have some news. Orders from HQ just came in. All the soldiers get on one knee. What do you guys do?
Is there like a rock nearby?
Yes, there's a rock nearby.
I'll lean against it as my cover.
All right, so Vera, you lean against a rock. Avery has gotten used to you not obeying orders completely, so he kind of just rolls his eyes at that. How about the rest of you?
I will lean.
All right.
Is this after like hours of fighting, or like how are we
yeah,
looking?
like
Let's say it's 1 in the afternoon, and the last time you guys had to fight was last night at 3 in the morning when the Sparrow Kingdom tried to charge on your guys' trench, and you got into a pretty bloody battle. However, you've managed to get a long rest, and you are rested now. So you haven't fought since last night.
Oh,
I want to
Lilac
go up
would
to
just
Avery and ask him what the plan is.
Lilac, what were you trying to say?
Sorry, I said she would just already be like sitting down. So instead of like taking a knee or anything, she would just still be sitting like on the ground, like waiting for him to continue.
Okay. Risa and Celine, would you be kneeling?
Risa kneels.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. So you two kneel. How about you, Sarah?
I'd kneel
Okay.
while rubbing on my necklace if I can, if it's out. Then.
Yeah, absolutely. So you do that, and as you're doing that, Avery looks at all of you and he says, "So listen up. The king has informed me that we've gotten some secret intelligence. The king of the mystical Sparrow Kingdom is right across from us. He's having a meeting with his men, talking about the orb of magic. If we can manage to push through just long enough to grab the king and force him into our side, then that would end the war. So we're gathering up all our troops and we're going to do a full Hail Mary charge right down the middle. People are going to die. People are going to suffer. But if we can get across and grab that king, then maybe we could all go home tomorrow. Is that understood?"
Yes.
Most of the men, like all the men and women that are not you guys, are like yes, yes, Officer Avery, yes, like they're all like cheering, like yes. How about the rest of you? What are you guys' reactions? Let's start
I
from-
don't know. He wants to go straight down the middle.
So do
That's his plan.
you question this out loud, Celine?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
What's his plan?
So Celine, you say this, and Officer Avery, he walks up to you. "Are you questioning my orders? You think because you're some celebrity that you get to just not do what I say?" As he like walks up to you and kind
Celebrity.
of stands over you like real menacingly.
Hold on. Side note: I'm a celebrity. How?
Yeah, because he got those thieves enrolled.
Yeah, you're so they call you the founder of the Rat Squad.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say they don't call me the founder of the Rat Squad for nothing. I'm not dying for I'm not dying for your ego. That's for sure.
He looks down at you. Does anyone else here feel the same way? Does anyone else here feel like they don't need to die today?
Well, I would raise my hand and I say, we could go about this in a more tactful way.
He nods. Vela, if your mic's going out right now. We're hearing the wind.
Sorry about that.
No worries. So, as you're saying that, Avery, he calls out, he says, "Good! You all should be scared. None of us need to die. However, my plan is the best one, and I'll tell you why. They have mines spread out all around the floor. Magical mines that will blow off your damn legs without you even knowing what's going on. Our intelligence tells us there's one path that has no mines in the way, but it has to be the one path we're taking together. We charge through. We'll have our Juggernaut soldiers in the front with their shields out, blocking any magical attacks, while we push in from behind. After we get through past the minefields, we start fighting. If anyone here isn't willing to die for this cause, then you're more than free to walk away. But just know that I will be branding you a deserter. That's my final orders. Get geared up and get ready. We're not having a debate. I'm giving you orders. Now get geared up and meet me at the front. You have 2 minutes. Let's go." As Avery just kind of turns around, not even leaving room for anyone to say anything. As he just turns around, starts walking out towards the front. He plants his feet right about here. What are you guys doing?
I'm muttering under my breath. I'm like, fuck ass. But
I
I start gearing up, yeah. Assuming I'm not already geared up.
Yeah, I'm gearing up too.
Mm.
I'm
Could
kinda
I-
uncomfortable with it, but I'm just gonna get ready.
All right, you guys are all getting geared up. What were you gonna say, Vera?
Could I possibly kind of look to see if maybe I can find like where the mines are, going like kind of this way area?
So you've tried before. However, you know that when it comes to these mines, they're not physical, they're magical. So it's nearly impossible to detect them without using a spell. And even if you use a spell to detect one, there's dozens of them hidden in the ground.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would fairy fire work?
Fairy fire.
Ooh.
Yeah. So each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, blue, green, or violet light.
Yes,
Any
that would work.
creature in the area. Okay. Try to decide of where I should do it.
My thought is this way because there's less people.
Yeah,
Going
also
this way-
part of me wants to try to
There's
get
all
this
these people.
woman in it too,
Oh,
though, is the
let
thing.
me mark where the king is. He's in this tent.
Oh, okay. So maybe
And this is like everyone?
Yes.
would it be possible to do it
So there are
without?
men over here, but they're sleeping.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say, would it be possible for me to do this without them knowing, without the enemy knowing? Because maybe we could stealth around it.
You would have to roll an Arcana. If your Arcana is higher than 15, then they will not sense you doing this. If it's under 15, then they'll know what you're doing.
Hmm.
If we can do
Alright.
that, and if you can keep it up, I've got really good stealth. I could be the one to stealth around and try and kind of just sneak through the line.
I can join Vera. I have good stealth too.
Okay, so what if we have some people try to distract them over here, maybe even with a frontal assault, while 2 or 3 others sneak around behind?
That's what I'm
But
thinking. The
what
only
about
thing
all
that
those
we need to be
soldiers?
careful of is these people sleeping up here.
Yeah, let me see, is fairy fire concentration? It is. Okay. So I can't do that and bless.
Without informing the knight, our commanding officer, we can always just sneak out because we are like stealthy, of course.
Yeah, fuck him.
So you like as you guys are as you guys are talking about this, I'll say because I do want to try to keep it realistic. So if you guys are strategizing like this, then let's say that you guys became friends of each other during the war. So you guys are all friends of each other, which is why you're talking about this. So the 6 of you are all the six of you are all gathered about. Well, actually, it depends. Like, do you guys want to be friends before the one shot, or before the war is before that? I can't talk. Do you want to be friends automatically, or do you guys want to not be friends? Because if you guys are not friends, then you wouldn't be strategizing like this.
I
think
would
we'll
want
friendly.
Huh?
I don't know.
Honestly,
Oh,
you know
we
what?
could-
I'll decide as the DM because but let's just honor the way I wrote it. So the way that I wrote it was that you guys don't know each other yet. You guys aren't friends. You guys have fought beside each other, but you don't really get along. Like, you guys are not friends. So with that being said, you guys are not friends. You guys would not be strategizing right now. So if you want to individually do something, then by all means, but don't strategize because that's a little meta. So don't strategize right now.
Gotcha.
This one.
Okay.
So Avery is marching out front, and soldiers are immediately grabbing their gear and moving in a line behind him. So I'll make this clear, like, who is going to march in the charge and who is not going to march in the charge. I'll put it like this. Move your token behind the soldiers if you're marching with Avery.
Mm,
She would.
I don't know if I want to
Lilac
be
would
back
go,
here, though.
but she would
I'd
stay in
probably
the
be over there.
back. Yeah.
Okay.
Dang. Wait, and the alternative is what?
You can do whatever you want. You can follow orders or you could disobey orders. It's up to you.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the people I'm playing.
All right. So with that being said, Celine, so you're going to the front. You're in the front with
Yeah.
Avery.
Yeah.
So when you trudge up to the front and Avery looks at you, his eyes kind of widen. Well, consider me surprised, celebrity. Maybe you're more than just your name. As he nods at you, you have my respect, Celine.
I don't have to say anything because I'm just gonna be like nonchalant again. To be
Okay.
honest, I'm
So
like, mm-hmm.
Risa and Valif.
I'm barely.
So Risa and Valif, you both march up at the back of the line. Both of you geared up, but probably nervous. Lilac, Vera, and Sora. Or I'll start off with Vera. Vera, what are you doing?
I'm kind of sticking. I'm going to go like after them, but not like directly after them. I'd probably like lag behind just a little bit.
Okay. Sora, how about you?
I would be marching up as well. Like I'd march up to the back. I wouldn't be too nervous. It's more so just about knowing that there's a duty that needs to be fulfilled. But I would take a glance behind me to see to see give me a moment to see Vera behind me,
Okay.
like walking.
Vera,
like, saying that.
are you trying to remain hidden or are you walking like at the back clearly?
Me?
Yes.
I'm kind of clear, yeah.
Okay. So Sora, you see Vera lagging behind a little bit. Lilac, what are you doing?
Oh, my bad. Did not realize I was muted. Uh, she would definitely not be in the front, but I don't. But she would also want to help, so she's not too in the back. So kind of like middle, like just among the other guards and stuff, like the other soldiers.
All right, very nice, very nice. So the charge begins. You guys begin moving through. Avery yells out, he says, "If you die today, then you die for our kingdom! Charge!" And you all watch as Avery is the first man in the front. He is charging, and he puts his shield out. He says, "Cast Shield of Faith, men! Everyone!" As you see multiple soldiers cast Shield of Faith. So you see a golden shield glow right in the front. You see this golden shield glowing in the front of you as you guys are charging through. And as you're charging through, multiple mystical sparrow soldiers all see what's coming, and they begin firing magic blasts at you. You see electricity fire off. You see fire. You see ice spells. You see all these fire off. However, the Shield of Faith repels all the attacks as you keep punching through. Everyone charging together. I'm very curious. Just for fun, if you guys can't do this because, you know, your house or whatever, I totally get that. But, like, give me your guys' war cry. Like, let's start from top and bottom. Lilac, what would your war cry be?
Oh, I don't think she's a war cry kind of person. Like, she's not. If anything, she would be like humming to herself almost.
Okay.
More than anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like trying to like steady herself.
Risa, do you have a war cry? Hell yeah, I love it. Token of inspiration for Risa. Well done.
Thank you.
Celine, do you have a war cry?
Nah, I'm probably saying fuck this.
All right. Sora, do you have a war cry?
At first, I wouldn't, and then like as I hear everyone else screaming, I would just let out a sigh and go.
I love it. All right, Valif, how about you? Do you have a war cry?
I'm more perceptive rather than war crying.
No. I respect it. I respect it. You got your game face on.
Thanks.
I respect it. All right, Vera, how about you? Do you got a war cry? You are muted, Vera.
Oh, no, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. No, she would not give a walker. She'd be like, yeah, let's go die. Whoa.
So you guys are charging as this giant shield of faith blocks multiple attacks, and you guys keep punching through. As you're punching through, a woman suddenly flings through the air. As she's spinning in the air, her spear, like kind of like a helicopter, as she spins and she suddenly lands in the middle. And as she lands in the middle of this formation, you watch as 8 men die on the spot.
Holy.
Oh my god.
Wait, are they like dead or like?
Like their bodies are turned to guts, mush.
So I can't like mass healing word or
Just walk
anything.
it off.
Not for these 8 men, unfortunately. So I'm gonna post in Keynotes what this woman looks like who just landed on them.
I knew she was a threat.
There we go. So you recognize from her appearance, you know who she is. She is a general. She is a mage knight. That is something that is very powerful within the Sparrow Kingdom. Her name is Westvina.
Hot.
Oh, hell yeah.
So Westvina, she turns those men into guts. And as she turns them into guts, she just smirks at all of you and she says, "You're very bold, charging like this." As this happens, Avery yells at us. He says, "Ignore her! Focus on the soldiers. I'll deal with her." As he looks at her and he casts challenge duel, in which he looks right at Westvina, and I'm gonna roll a save for her.
What fucking soldiers? They're gone.
So with a nat 1, she fails, and her eyes suddenly are hypnotized right towards Avery. Avery yells at, he says, "I've got her distracted." And then he looks towards the other soldiers, and because of her nat 1, not only I'm gonna add some extra flavor to this. Westvina, she yells out, she says, "I want all our men focusing on that holy knight right there, Avery. I hate his smug face." And so you watch as all of the Sparrow Knights, they nod and they begin to surround Avery. As Westvina, she moves up on Avery as well, and Avery yells out, "Don't worry about me. Push for the tent! Get the king! I'll hold them off!" And, like, the soldiers keep marching ahead. What are you guys doing?
Oh, I have a dangerous idea.
I think I'm gonna try marching up ahead as well.
All right. So, Celine, you walk past the Sparrow soldiers, and you walk past Avery. Do you say anything to him as you walk past him, or you don't say anything?
Hey, good luck. That's what I say.
He nods as you walk past him. How about the rest of you? Risa, what are you doing?
I'm nervous because I do want to help, but I'm scared because now I have to do the fight stuff, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it right.
It's up to you. You can march ahead, or you can stay and help Avery.
I do want to stay and help Avery. Can I attempt to cast a spell?
Absolutely.
All right. I would like to try to cast Chromatic Orb.
All right. Rolled hit.
Okay. Okay, I pressed the cast button. I don't know if it.
Oh, wait.
registered.
Yeah. So what you do is you have to press on the +6. So the hit DC, press on the +6. That's how you roll to hit.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second.
No worries.
Sorry, where is that on the page?
So on the spells, right? So on your spells.
Oh, okay, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah. You're good.
Oh, I got 25.
All right, you hit.
Hell
Roll
yeah.
damage.
Nice. Okay. And then I'm pressing damage up here by hit
Oh,
points.
what level are you using the chromatic orb? First, second, or third?
Third.
All right, max power. Roll damage.
Okay, and that's the one right next to the plus
Yes,
6?
that's right.
Okay.
Acid damage.
Okay, 17.
So you guys watch as Risa, she steps forward. Everyone else is marching ahead, ignoring Avery being in danger. But Risa, she's not the kind of person to leave people behind. She remembers the way that she turned her back when that man robbed her. And she wasn't going to be weak like that again. She wasn't going to let someone else suffer because she was too scared to fight. And so because of that, Risa steps forward and she casts a chromatic orb. And you watch as this acid ball fires right at the Mage Knight Westvina. And how much damage was it? 17?
Yeah.
So you deal 17 damage as Westvina, the back of her shirt, like right between her shoulders, the cloth burns off as you see a bit of skin burn as she turns towards you with a sneer on her face. Who dare harm me? As she stares at you with anger as she turns and looks at you.
I'd say I'm a loyal knight to my kingdom, and I don't turn my back on a fellow knight. So if you're gonna fight him, you're gonna fight me too.
Avery looks at you and his eyes widen. You had never talked to him before, but he was impressed by your actions. He nodded at you with a newfound sense of respect. Lilac, what are you doing?
Okay, so seeing that... So it's Riza and Celine are helping Avery, correct? Or
Yes. Well, no.
I'm
Celine is marching
trying to
ahead.
get up
Yes,
ahead.
yeah,
Oh,
Celine's
okay.
marching ahead.
if I were to go this way, did they get opportunity attack or?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. So they're focused on Avery. So no, you're good to go. You can march ahead.
Okay, so I actually want to.
I'll mark the
Okay.
ones that are affected by that spell Avery used. But go ahead, continue.
Okay, I want to go to like here and then Misty Step inside of the tent. But before I Misty Step, can I cast Bless on Avery, Risa, and Celine?
Yes.
Okay. So each of you get, whenever you make an attack roll or saving throw, you each can roll a d4 and add it to the attack roll or saving throw for each of those three.
All right. Very well done.
And I want to go over here and then try to Misty Step inside of the tent. If
All
I
right.
can.
So you cast Misty Step. And the moment that you do, suddenly, it begins raining. The clouds suddenly got dark as you see rain falling onto the ground. And as you cast your Misty Step, you suddenly appear in front of the tent. But the moment you do, roll a dex save.
Damn, I knew this was crazy.
It's okay. Oh shit, never mind. Not okay. I should have given the plus to myself.
So as you get there, you suddenly hear wind begin to trail from the tent, and suddenly a tornado blasts you right in the stomach, and you're pushed back 15 feet as you fall off the hill. Roll a dex save again.
14. My modifier is not helping me this time.
And so as you fall off the hill, you take 21 damage from the wind attack, and I'm gonna roll fall damage.
Oh.
You take 17 fall damage, so you get blasted out of the tent.
Goodbye, guys.
So you get blasted out of the tent as Lilac, she falls on her back into the water on the ground. The water is sprinkling around her. Lilac is on death saves right now as she's on her back on the ground. And as this happens, the tent opens up. Or correction, because of the wind, the tent flies in the air, and you see 3 people come out of the tent. You see a woman, a man, and an older man. I'm gonna post in keynotes what they look like. You will know who they are because of you guys were briefed on it throughout the war as to VIP people. So you know this is Prince Jasper Sparrow.
Oh, fuck!
Bro, he's hot. Can I like dibs? Can I have him instead? Fuck the other prince. I want this guy.
King
Why?
King
Oh my
King
God.
Lucifer's Sparrow.
So we're switching sides, right? Like all of us, like.
and
Oh,
and
Mayra has no loyalty. She don't care.
no. And last person, trying to find it if I can. Where was it? Ah, there it is. And then you know this woman. She is Tiana Sparrow, younger sister to the king.
Bro, Lilac, you can't call dibs on every hot guy. Leave some for the rest of us.
I don't care.
Oh yes,
Dibs-
the sister.
For the record, dibs means nothing. It's
I know,
free
Jesus.
for all
Oh,
for
I know.
everybody.
Oh, I know. I know.
All right. So with that
I-
being, yes, go ahead.
Sorry, no, I'll let you speak. I
No, you're all good. So
was gonna
basically,
ask if I can go and help Lilac.
no,
What I was gonna ask.
we're gonna roll initiative in a moment. Don't worry. So
Okay.
you watch as the tent flies off, and the person who shot the wind blast into Lilac is Tiana, as she stands forward and she yells and says, "That's what you get, you stupid bitch! You better kill all these disgusting eagles, Westvina!" As she yells towards the Mage Knight. Meanwhile, Prince Jasper walks up and says, "Tiana, you were not supposed to be fighting them. We just talked about trying to have peace. Stop!" As Jasper tries to grab Tiana's wrist. But as Jasper grabs Tiana's wrist, she shoves Jasper back. "Let go of me, you weakling!" As Tiana speaks towards the king. "My king, you know what we need to do. We need to use the full power of the orb. Allow me to do it. I suppose we could go together." The king nods as he forms a magical bridge to go down. I'm gonna draw what it looks like. So like this basically. So a magical, oh wait, that didn't appear. So right here. He creates a magical bridge and you watch as the king and Tiana begin walking down the bridge towards the orb. Now, while that's going on, let's go to Vera, Valif, and Sura. What are you guys doing? After the three of you, we're rolling. After the three of you, we're rolling initiative.
Oh, it's like rolling initiative. Okay.
No, after this,
After-
this is
after
basically
we
a
decide.
surprise round.
Yeah, this is a surprise round,
Oh.
exactly.
Mhm.
I would help. I'd probably go over to the tent, or at least I'd make my way towards the tent.
Okay, so you begin
See
moving.
Lilac,
So
maybe.
you begin moving past Avery and the Mage Knight, and you're moving with the soldiers. So you're next to Celine right now as you're walking beside her. Valif, what are you doing?
Seeing the king and her sister trying to activate that dangerous orb, I will cast Hunter's Mark on the sister.
All right. Is there a save for that? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Just making
No,
sure.
it's just 90 feet. Let me just make sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's enough.
All right. So she's marked by your hunter's mark, but she kind of just brushes it off as she keeps walking.
Can I make an attack as well, or no?
Absolutely. What do you want to do?
Okay, sure. Just I will launch an arrow right in her. Actually, she's beautiful. Maybe her leg.
Roll the hit.
I can't do the face. She's pretty.
Yes, I got 28. Will that be enough?
Yes, you hit.
Oh, I forgot something. Well, it's fine. 5 damage. Hold on. What the fuck? What? Where's the? Oh my god. What? It's not showing up. So 11 damage on the first attack.
Very
And
nice.
hold on.
Good.
My dreadful strike. I forgot. Why is it not showing up here? Oh my god.
It's okay. I believe you.
No. What's that mean? 1d8. So that was 11 plus 8, so 19 damage in total.
So you deal 19 damage. So your arrow, you guys watch as Valif's the first one to fire off an arrow during this confrontation going on. It's been nothing but magic so far being shot at you guys. But Valif, he fires off a clean arrow. You guys watch as it flings through the air. I only have the sound effect for multiplayer, but so you watch as this arrow flies through and it slams right into her left leg as she screams in pain. She screams in pain, but she puts her hand around the arrow and it doesn't even faze her as she rips it out of her leg like it's nothing. And as she does, she yells and says, "All the eagles will die! Let that be my declaration! And whoever shot that fucking arrow, I'll shove it down your throat when I'm done!" As she continues marching down towards the orb in a pure state of rage. Meanwhile, Vera, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I think I'd want to hide behind the orb, see if I can sneak attack them when they get there. However, first, can I see if I can do a perception check on the father, see if he's like down for this or if she's manipulating him in some way?
That would be, well, roll perception and then roll insight. So perception so that you can see how well they look, and then roll insight.
My perception was a 16.
Okay, roll insight.
16 too.
Ooh. So you can tell by glancing at the father that he's a very kind man. He doesn't want to hurt anybody, but he also doesn't want to appear weak. He's pretending to be strong for the sake of his people. And so he's following what his sister said and he's marching along. However, what I will say is that after he saw his sister get hit by an arrow, his resolve is 3 times stronger. Before he was kind of hesitating in his steps, but now he's like full on marching towards the orb to activate it.
Do I know any like cuz I have guild knowledge, so I'm guessing I've done jobs in the past in both kingdoms. Do I have any No? Okay.
Unfortunately, no. And other countries maybe, but when it comes to the mystical Sparrow Kingdom, their hatred towards the Golden Eagle Kingdom is large. They would never let you in their borders.
Okay. Have I heard any rumors, perhaps, that could be useful?
There's no knowledge when it comes to the Sparrow Kingdom. They have done a very good job of keeping themselves isolated. This is the first time the king's left his walls in centuries.
Then I want to move behind the orb. And try and kind of hide so I can try maybe sneak attack.
Okay. So as you move along the orb, you feel the gravitational pressure. You feel the ground shaking as you're walking along, and you hear a whisper. Will I ever see the worth of life?
Is the voice familiar, or is it just a voice I've never heard before?
You've never heard this voice before, and it sounds dark. And it came out of nowhere.
Does it sound pained?
It's hard to say. It happened so fast, you don't know. And as you hear that voice, you keep feeling the ground shake. And as you stand near the orb, you hear that sound. And with that being said, everyone roll initiative.
Yes.
I'm on a
Wait a
16
second.
roll.
Where is this initiative?
So on
It's
your
next to your armor class.
so on your character sheet next to your armor class is your initiative.
Oh, okay.
Got 21. 21.
Dang.
Can you do something for me?
Salem, no!
We're gonna
Hey,
do
someone
this.
save me, please.
Does Lilac have to? Oh, Lilac, you're doing well on initiative, though.
I know, I'm going first just to die!
Wait, do you have to roll initiative? Sorry.
Oh,
Was
am
that-
I allowed to trade?
Woo!
Are we allowed to trade initiatives?
No one has
yes.
alert.
Yeah,
Oh.
Saline.
no, I allow it. So,
Saline, do you want to?
so quick disclaimer for those that are listening: I have a homebrew rule in which I allow players to trade their initiative roll with other players. Go ahead.
Saline, do you want to trade?
Sure. I
bet.
would happily want to trade.
So you could take 22. I'll take your 1.
Thank you. I'm coming for you, if I can. I don't know.
Bro, I just need like 1 HP. I can heal myself the rest. Like, just
I
leave me
would. I don't
alive.
get no spells to save though. I just got damage spells. Damn, I should have done something else. Ugh.
I was gonna try to use command on whoever was in the tent and like possibly upcast it if there's more than one person in the tent. Yeah, well that didn't work.
Make
what
sure.
about the spare the dying?
So real quick, you'll see on the map a turn order. Go over to where your
Okay.
character is and press on the number 0. Click on it, and then insert the number you rolled for initiative, and then hit enter, please.
I'm not on the turn order yet.
Oh, let me add you.
Let me just take a look here.
We need to get to this brother. The brother's gonna be able to help, maybe just a little bit.
I'm happy to trade with anyone who is lower than me, by the way.
Dude, Holy Knight got 1. Are you kidding, Avery?
Alan, all of that conversation, was it heard by everyone?
The conversation between who? The yeah, go ahead.
Prince and the sister looking.
Um,
Because I made my decision based on that.
very good. That's a good question. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say you guys heard them say that. Yes, you heard the conversation. Yes.
I'm just thinking probably because if she's yelling, he'd probably yell at her.
Yes.
So-
No. You're good. You're good. Valev, what'd you roll?
I got 21.
Okay.
I changed it.
No,
thank you.
You're good. You're good. Okay, so let's begin initiative, everybody. So Celine, you are up first. What do you want to do?
And so this spare the dying, like, does it help?
So
Would it help Lilac at all? Or
So the way Spread the Dying works is that you need to be Okay, so first off, you have to be like right in front of her, and you have to put your hands on her.
okay,
And what it does
Okay.
is it basically, it doesn't heal her, but it makes it to where she's no longer in death saves. She's just in a coma, basically. But she won't be in risk of dying.
okay.
That's
Can I
it.
do that?
Yeah.
Can I walk up to her and do?
Yes. So you, like, during all this chaos, Celine, you run straight towards Lilac. You see her on her back. You see water kind of covering her a little bit. You see blood on her face, and you walk up, and your hands, they begin to glow as you cast Spare the Dying. And you place it upon her chest, and you watch as her whole body begins to glow. And just like that, you're no longer on death saves, Lilac.
Hey yo, am I returned to 1 HP, right?
No, you're not returning 1 HP.
Oh,
Just 0, no death saves.
Okay.
So,
do
so,
I get
so,
to do more things or?
so that is your action. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to use?
Bonus. Can I try to?
Actually, I'll give you some advice because I know this
Okay,
is your
yeah.
this is your first time. So my advice to you, you shouldn't use Spare the Dying. A better spell for you, what you should do is you should either use Lay on Hands. Actually, yeah, looking at what you got, the best thing to use is Lay on Hands, because what you can do is you can heal her, and healing her health will allow her to wake up. Now you can choose how much you want to give her out of a pool that you have. Whatever you take out of the pool is all that you have left. So, for example, you have 25 to give. How much do you want to give to her?
I want to give her 2.
Okay, so Lilac, you get 2 HP. So Lilac, you're no longer on death saves. You wake up. You wake up and you're still very weak, but you're alive. And you see Celine like crouching in front of you after healing you with some of her power. And she just looks down at you. And I'm going to say it's the end of Celine's turn. At the end of Celine's turn, it is now Valif's turn. Valif, you hear the wind spattering around. You hear the rain getting harder. What do you want to do?
Is talking an action?
No, talking is not an action. However, if you try to talk, I will warn you, if you try talking to the prince, I will make you roll performance to see how loud you are.
Ah, got you. Okay. Okay, you already know. Okay, I will not do that. I will attack that woman again. I'll do the attack rolls at the start, and then just do the damage if it hits.
All right.
So first attack, 23. Second
hits.
attack, 23.
That hits.
Third attack is 26.
That hits.
Oh my god.
Damn!
Amazing.
And you're aiming for Tiana?
Yes.
Okay. I have one question. How do you want to kill her?
Yes.
Oh!
Oh. I will. No. Do I have to declare non-lethal
Yes.
before or after?
Yes, you do have to declare.
Before?
Yes, you do have to declare non-lethal. I also, when it comes to shooting arrows, I don't allow non-lethal because it's very difficult to pull that off. I only allow non-lethal when it comes to. Yeah, I only allow non-lethal when it comes to martial weapons or if the person's surrendering.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If that's the case, yeah, no,
I have
I'm hitting
another.
her in the head.
Okay, so you're hitting her in the head. Okay, so
Yeah, she's dead either way.
your arrow, it flings through the air and it slams right between her eyes. Like as the arrow is flying through the air, King Lucifus, he's talking to her for a moment as they get closer to the orb, and he says, "Tiana, I understand that you're upset, but maybe Jasper's right. Maybe we should try suing for peace. This war has gone on long enough. This war has been taking way too many lives." And Tiana shakes her head. "Lucifus, you need to stop being weak, my brother. Don't you remember what our father always said? The weakest stick is the one that gets broken. You need to show strength and make these dogs, or rather eagles, bow to us." Lucifus kind of like shakes his head. And then as she's like staring down Lucifus, Valif's arrow just slams between her eyes, killing her right there. As Tiana is dead right there. In the moment that she dies, King Lucifus Sparrow stares at her. And he holds her in his arms. Tears roll down his eyes. Tiana, my little sister. How could you do this? As he just kind of yells to himself. And Jasper yells out, "Father, please! We can still try to save her. We can get the healers. Don't overreact. We don't have to keep fighting. Please, Father!" Lucifus yells, "No, she was right." As Lucifus drops Tiana on the ground, and it's his turn now. As he runs, instead of no one has ever done this before. Reportedly anyway, but you watch as King Lucifus, he runs into the orb. He runs right smack into it. The orb absorbs his entire body. Jasper yells out, "No!" As King Lucifus, he's absorbed by the orb. And as this happens, something insane happens. You all watch as the ground itself shakes like an earthquake is going on. Nothing but destruction and chaos enters your minds as you feel this purple power all in the air. The sky, the wind, all colors around you, they become black and purple. And suddenly, purple lightning emits from the orb, firing everywhere. Everyone roll a dex save.
Oh my god.
Well, goodbye, world.
I don't make it out here.
Did I cook
Damn
everyone?
it!
Yeah, I got 18.
Well, this is gonna be a short one shot, huh?
TPK.
So you all hear this haunting sound. And as you hear that sound, this purple lightning fires off. And I'm going to roll a dex save for all your guys' allies. So if a 17, they pass. So let me roll damage.
At least they're safe.
Right.
Dude, I'm
My
planning
bad.
on doing something stupid.
My bad, guys.
Same.
I thought I could tell you non-lethal.
66.
Nah, you good? That baddie deserves
So,
to die.
so 66
No, for real.
total, 66 damage if you fail, 33 if you pass. And the DC to the DC to pass was 13.
Cooked.
Bro, I'm down.
I'm dead anyways.
Oh my god.
Well, you're safe, Lilac, because you got an 8.
Yeah, but it's half.
Yeah. So
I only had 2 HP.
Oh, wait,
So-
half?
no. Okay, so I'll explain. So if you pass the save, you take half damage. So, Celine, what did you roll for your dex save?
5.
A 5? Okay, so you take 66
Yeah.
damage. So you are down. The purple lightning, it slams right into your chest. Lilac and Celine are both on death saves. Both of you down. Meanwhile, Risa, what did you roll for dex save?
4.
So Risa, you are down as well as you get hit by that lightning. It slams you in the chest. Valif, what'd you roll?
I got 18.
What was it?
18.
18. So you take half. So you take 33 damage. So make sure to update your sheet and your token, guys. You take 33 damage. Vera, what did you roll?
God, I'm dead. I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10.
All
I'm
right.
down.
So everybody.
Wait, well, you're a rogue.
Sura, what'd you roll?
10.
A 10.
All right, so Sura, you're down as well as you have lost all your HP, and so everybody is on death saves except for Valif, and so everyone is knocked down. And here's what happens: as you see all the golden eagle soldiers all turn to ashes right before your very eyes, all of them dead. Avery takes half the damage. He's still standing, but barely. He is very weak right now as he stands and holds his ground against Westvina. Westvina laughs at his face. What happened to all your friends? Avery grits his teeth. You'll be joining them soon enough. As Avery stares her down and he looks towards Risa, wanting to help her. Meanwhile, someone comes out of the orb, but it is not the king that you recognize. I'm posting in keynotes who comes out of the orb. Meet the new king,
Give us another body, man.
King Lucifus Sparrow, the negative king.
He got hotter.
He got hotter.
So you watch as he comes out, and he just stands there. As you watch fire begin to brim all around, he looks at Valif and he puts his hand out. Valif, roll strength save.
Hold on. I was updating my notes.
You gotta make our
strength
health
save?
0, right?
Oh
Zero.
my god, he's huge. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, 13.
A 13?
Yes.
So you fail as you feel this pressure around your chest, and he brings you towards him like the Force as he just drags you across this trench, and he brings you right in front of him, and he smiles at you. Was it fun? Was it fun killing my sister? Tell me, was it fun? He's just laughing at your face as he's holding you in the air. I'll show you more fun. How about I kill everyone you care about? As you just watch this fire brim around, you watch as the Negative King kills his own men as fire brims all around. Jasper is the only one who's spared by the fire as a huge fire pit begins to surround all of you. Westvina and Avery, they both back out of the fire. They manage to get out of it. However, now you guys are stuck inside of this fire pit. I'm going to put you guys in a new map. One moment.
Does it matter?
Does it do more damage to us? Like, do we
No,
just
no, no.
fail?
No. He's only it's only hurting people who are alive. Don't worry, or not on death saves. Don't worry, you're good. You're good. So I'm putting you guys on a new map of what's going on right now. So you guys watch as like this fire is just emulating all around. You hear this fire, like just fire everywhere. Oh yeah, you hear fire. Putting you guys on the new map right now. Okay, so you guys are on this map, and you just see fire surrounding you. Fire surrounds you as the Negative King, he stands there, and he glances at all of you. And he looks at Valif, and he puts his hand out, and you see purple electricity zapping around. I'm going to put a hole through your chest. What do you say, Valif, before he does it?
Poor king, you're retarded. Clearly, she was clouding your judgment. I was trying to save your kingdom, because we're gonna win this war.
Damn. So you say that, and that angers him even further as he sneers at you. Oh, you want a war? I'll show you a war. You and all your people are the same. Nothing more than murderers. As he gets ready to slam his hand through your chest, but as he's right about to do it, Jasper yells out, Father, stop! If you go through with this, then I'll kill myself! Jasper pulls out a dagger and hovers it over his heart. The Negative King, he stops for a moment as he lets Valif go, dropping him to the ground. They killed your aunt, Jasper. You dare try to rob me of my vengeance. This isn't what mother would want, and this isn't what my sister would want, and it's not what I want. I don't want any more fighting. I don't want any more death. I don't want any more excuses to hurt each other. At the end of the day, we're all just people. I know that you know that, Father. Please, fight whatever is possessing you. Fight this, please. Jasper says as he presses the dagger against his chest, blood beginning to curl down. He's about to stab his own heart out. The Negative King, his tears roll down his eyes as he slowly begins to return back to normal. And as he returns back to normal, he shakes his head and he waves his hand as all the fire disappears. And as this happens, the orb begins to glow as a white beam shoots out of it. And as the white beam shoots out, one second. As the white beam shoots out, you see, here it is. So the white beam shoots out, and you watch as all of you get brought back to full HP. You're all fully healed.
Oh.
Except for Tiana. She remains dead.
What? Oh, yeah. I forgot I killed her.
Reese is not on the map.
Oh yeah, I'm not present.
oh, my bad. Let me grab Reese's token. Whoopsie.
Thank you for putting that out because I didn't even notice.
Whoopsie. Okay, so you all get your HP back as you all fully wake up, and the fire is now gone. And the negative king, he just stands there looking at all of you. And Jasper, he stands next to his father as the negative king looks at all of you. Hear my words carefully. This is my one and only invitation for peace. Deliver this message for me, all of you. You're the only ones who survived because, quite frankly, you're the only ones that I didn't feel a need to kill. I sense something in all of you. Something that makes you different than the others. And so because of that, you get to live. And because of the goodness of my son. Deliver a message to the king of the Golden Eagle Kingdom. He has 3 days to bring forth the prince of his kingdom to my home. Have the prince meet me in my throne room and negotiate a path towards peace, where we can end this war once and for all. He has 3 days. That is it. Now get out of my sight. All of you.
Before we go, could I possibly cast Identify on this orb?
Yes, go ahead. So as you cast the spell on the orb, Jasper calls out, Father, I'd like to stay here and escort them back to the kingdom. I want to make sure nothing goes wrong. Very well. I'll be waiting for you at home, son. As the negative king begins walking away, and Jasper stands there nodding at all of you. I'll be waiting at the road. Bring Damien, or whatever his name is, towards that point, and I'll be waiting for you with my escort. I'll escort you all back to the kingdom for peace. And let Prince Damien know that I want all of you there as well. Good luck. I'll see you
Before he goes.
Yes, go ahead.
Or,
No, go ahead.
you're a great man, and will be a greater king.
Jasper shakes his head. I won't be able to be a king if this war gets me killed, so please, ensure that your leader shows. I want this blood feud to end. Jasper nods and he walks away, waiting for you guys at the... So, he describes like a Twin Peak road to meet him at, with Prince Damien. So, the fire is gone now, so don't worry about that on the map. The fire is gone now. I'm gonna put you guys in a new map. But
What information do I get?
So,
Out of curiosity.
So out of the Identify, you're able to tell that this orb, it's a celestial being. There's somebody inside of it.
Oh, fuck. Can I turn to the prince and just quickly ask, what happens if I jump in? What was that?
Like, you asked the orb this?
The prince that...
No, the prince. I want to ask him what he knows about, like, jumping in and stuff like that.
You can ask me when we go on the road together. Not a moment sooner. As he keeps walking away.
Could I... I want to ask the orb, can you hear me?
So when you speak into the orb, roll persuasion.
$15?
You get no response.
Bastard, talk to me. Alright, I guess I follow.
Alright. So I'm gonna put you guys on a new map. So you guys kind of all just walk away from this battlefield. Do you guys say or do anything towards each other before we move on to the next thing? I'll give you... I'm kind of rushing you guys, but if you want to say anything, please go ahead.
I don't. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Okay. Anybody else?
I feel like I'd stare at the orb just for a little bit before walking as well.
Okay.
I look at the dead sister, if she's there. I don't know if she's dead or not.
She was turned to ashes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Not
In
my
that case,
fault.
I'll look
Not
at
my
the person
fault.
that
As-
shot her.
As you guys are like walking away, Avery would walk up to Risa and he would like nod at her and he'd say, "You have nothing but my respect. You managed to survive that monster. And you stood up for me. You disobeyed orders, but I suppose I could forgive you." He smiles and gives you a wink.
I give a
Right,
small
girl?
smile. I give a small smile back and I just say that no knight ought to be left behind.
He nods. "When this is all over, I'd like to get a drink." As he just kind of nods at you.
Period.
Get it, girl.
So after that, you guys all walk back to the trench and you sit inside of like a little bunker and you guys wait for Prince Damien to show up.
While we're like walking through this battlefield, are there anyone else, like of the soldiers that are dead, but not like beyond healing?
I'm gonna say
No,
no.
I think they're all dead.
Yeah, they're all turned to ashes. Like they're gone.
Like there's no bodies left or anything?
No, they're dead.
Yeah. The negative king was very negative,
Yep.
except for the woman, the mage knight.
Yep. The West Vina, she survived. And so I'm putting you guys on a new map. So putting you guys a new map, and as you guys are like sitting in there waiting, the door opens, and you see the man himself, Prince Damien, enter. "Why, hello there, soldiers. I got here as fast as I could. Mind telling me what the fuck happened here?"
Can I say something? Can I say it?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'll put it simply. The king wishes to speak with you to negotiate a form of peace.
He nods. I heard that he managed to wipe out over 30 men. How the fuck did that happen?
Someone killed his sister. Yeah.
What kind
Arrow
of
right in the eyes.
what kind of idiot would do that? Damien says, kind of scoffing.
Him. I nod over to Valeth.
My eyes would. I would side eye him too. I'd side.
More
Damien
price to pay for the greater good, some would say.
Damien would look at Valef and he'd nod and go, "Oh well, I take it back. If he did it, it must have been for a good reason." Like he says, like totally like biased towards Valef, like totally biased.
Favoritism, bitch.
I'm in confusion about the switch. I'm like,
like you guys have never seen him like this, like super nice, like as he is towards Valef. He's like, "Oh well, I'm sure it was understandable the situation, so no worries."
I think Vera, as soon as that happens, she kind of just step out. Are we inside like a tent or something?
Yeah, you're in a tent.
I would step out, kind of like stealth out, like hope no one sees me. Is that possible?
So like as you're trying, like roll stealth check.
27.
So so with a 27, you manage to sneak out, but as you're sneaking out, he says out loud, "Where's Vera? I heard she was here as well." So you hear him asking for you. Do you go back or no?
No, I just kind of step outside.
Okay. What are you doing outside?
Just taking a breather. I'm lost in thought, really, is what my character would be.
Okay, fair. So as you do that, Damien looks at all of you and he says, "Apparently we have a chance for peace. But I'm gonna be real with you guys. That's a bunch of bullshit. That king has always gone back on his word multiple times. We've tried suing for peace for over 10 years now, and it's never gone through. But it seems like from the report I got that Jasper is a bit of a softie. So we're going to use that. we're going to play a game. We're going to go to the castle and we're going to pretend like we want to sue for peace. But in reality, we're going to use our inside man to find a moment when the king is alone, and we're going to kidnap him, bring him back to our home, and use him as leverage to end the war for good.
Can I say the king walked into the
Would I hear this?
orb.
Because I'm just outside the tent.
I'm going to
Can I
say...
ins-
So real quick, Vera, you hear this, and Sura, repeat what you said. I'm sorry.
Oh, I wanted to mention how the king walked into the orb, so it might be a bit harder this time around, given that we don't know what he's capable of.
Well, we don't have to kill him. We just got to kidnap him. Don't worry. I brought a lot of drugs to knock his ass out. He kind of he smirks as he pulls out a bag with like a bunch of vials and drugs in it.
Once again, Sora looks at him in confusion, still like, oh, where did you get them from?
I don't know.
And Sora just looks at everyone else like, are y'all not seeing this?
Huh?
I'm gonna try to persuade him.
Can I
no.
insight?
Finally,
Okay, so one at a time. So Vera, you heard this. What is your reaction to this?
I think I'd want to hear a little more before I make a decision.
Okay. Lilac, what do you want to do?
Can I insight check him?
Yes, go ahead and roll insight. Valeth, what do you want to do?
I wanna
That's a
persuade him.
nat 20.
Okay.
Let's go!
Nice, very good job. Valeth, what are you trying to what do you say to him?
If I may interject, my prince, I'm not trying to sully your intelligence, but they seem to be very peaceful. The Julius, oh no, what's his name again?
Jasper.
Jasper?
Yeah, Jasper. May seem weak, but he is a great man. Not greater than you, of course, but still a very intelligent, great man. Maybe even a king. It would be a good opportunity for you to be allies and prosper together. Not as opposing kingdoms, but as a alliance of sorts.
Damien nods. Roll persuasion.
Oh, fuck me. Please. I don't have anything. I have nothing. Oh my god, that's 7.
All right. So with your 7, Damien looks at you and he nods. He says, "You know what? You're right, Valeth. I'll try to make an agreement with the king. If he really tries to play ball, if he really tries to sign whatever I give him to establish peace between our countries, well then I guess there's no harm in that. We won't try to kidnap him unless I feel like negotiations aren't working. Sound fair enough?"
Thank you, my friends. Thank you, my friends.
All right. So with your with the nat 20 insight, Lilac, you can sense that Damien, he is willing to do anything to get peace, but you also know that he's ruthless, and there's some details he's not telling you guys.
Was he honest about saying that he's tried to make peace negotiations before?
Yes.
Can I just smile warmly at him like the first time we met and ask him, is there more you know of this war that could be important for us to know that you're not telling us?
Unfortunately, you guys are on need-to-know basis. None of you are officers yet.
Oh, fuck.
Respectfully, since we are the only survivors of that last encounter, and we saw firsthand what that orb did to him, and spoke to both the king and prince ourselves, I believe we should be on a need-to-know basis.
If I see 3 ants and I step on 2 of the ants and one of them gets away, do you think that one ant deserves a promotion?
Yes. But if you're comparing us to ants, then I believe that you are not the prince I thought you were from our first encounter.
Well, I'm not your prince right now. I'm your general. And last I checked, you follow orders and I give them. And as far as I'm concerned, you joined the military to make a difference, right? what bigger difference can there be than ending the war? And when it's
Did I
over,
join to make a difference, or did I join to replace the man who you caught unattended?
both.
What if I just want to walk out, like, as he's talking, like, I just want to just walk straight out.
As you're like walking out, he calls out, "For all 6 of you, we're leaving in the morning at 6 a.m. Get your gear, get your shit ready, and we're heading out. We're gonna end this war, ladies and gentlemen. And when it's over, all of you will be getting paid handsomely for your effort in this war. I can assure you of that."
Since I'm already outside and, stealth and everything, can I make my way back to the orb?
So, funnily enough, after you guys left the Sparrow Kingdom, they set up like a magical wall around the orb, which they normally always have. However, it was down because the king was visiting. However, now the magical wall is back up, so you can't access the orb.
Is the prince near there? Question mark?
Is Prince Jasper? Possibly, I don't know.
I want to make my way over there.
So you go over there, and as you do, you see multiple patrols. Roll perception check.
23.
So for 23, you are able to see 3 soldiers on patrol moving close to you. Sparrow soldiers.
I'm gonna let myself get seen and ask to speak to the prince. I will disarm myself.
So you put your weapons out, and the 3 soldiers
Except for my
immediately.
dagger. I want to keep my dagger hidden.
Okay. So they immediately pull out their swords and they look at you. "Don't move! Don't move a damn muscle!" And as he approaches you, he says, "What do you want?"
Simply to speak to the prince. I come in good faith, and I take my whip off and like try to hand it to them, and I kind of raise my other hand.
So as you do this, the man looks at you and he says, "You want to see the prince? I got a better idea. How about I make you meet the maker who, or correction, meet the person who knows our, my goodness, I can't talk. How about I make you go to the same place that Tiana went to?" As the man gets ready to swing his sword, but when he does, you hear a voice and it says, "Stop! Sheathe your weapon, and do not make me punish you for attacking an unarmed woman." Jasper says as he comes around the corner, and he gazes at you as you hear it's nighttime right now, as you hear like grasshoppers and you hear different sounds going off, and Jasper kind of looks at you cautiously. The 3 soldiers walk away. "Is there a reason why you're here?"
I've come to talk about 2 things. One, I need to know more about that orb. I've heard voices from it. I need to know what's going on. 2, there might be something you need to know.
I already told you that I'm not telling you anything until after we're on the road.
Well, let me just say, I have some knowledge you might want, so we can make a trade.
If you got this knowledge illegally, or rather, I'm not supposed to know, then don't tell me. I don't want any favors. All I want is this battle to end. And if you're here playing games, then honestly, I don't have the patience for it. I just watched my father kill his own people, so I'm in a really bad mood. Please don't make it worse.
I get that. I'm not here for games. I want this war to end just as much as you. I'm tired of it. But there's something in that orb. I don't know if you know about it, but that thing's alive.
I kind of looks down. We've heard it speak to us before. We have an agreement with it.
You sure? Because that thing wants out.
It's none of your concern. My patience is running thin. Is that all? Very well
Prince
then.
Damien.
As he turns his back on you, not hearing a response, turns his back on you and leaves. I recommend you go back to your people and you see me on the road tomorrow. And whoever you are, do me a favor. Actually mean that you want the war to end. Because I know that I do. And he proceeds to leave.
I'd go back to my tent or whatever I'm sleeping in.
All right. So back to the rest of you with Damien. What are you guys doing?
I am pissed off. I'm not sure I want to go tomorrow. I'm thinking, fuck, who do I trust?
Are we in the same tent?
Yes. You're all in the same bunker.
And
Yep.
Damien's still here?
Damien is there. However, he says, get your shit ready and be ready to leave in the morning. I'll be back. And remember, you may not like me, you may not like my methods, but I assure you we're on the same side. As Damien steps outside.
I would like to ask everybody what they think, considering that we're the only ones who just survived that encounter. I think that we can know better than anybody, having met the prince and having met the king. I'm not 100% sure about this plan, but seeing as you all are my comrades, I want to know what you all think as well.
I think something's up. Something's not adding up here.
What's not
That's
adding
all I
up?
have to say. I don't know. Think about it. You have, on one hand, he's out here, and Prince Damien's like, "Oh, I want to save I want to save us, and I want to end the war." Blah 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 blah. And then he's out here recruiting us to fight for a war that he rarely, we rarely see him in. Because I haven't heard that whole conversation, right? Just checking. Side note. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So just checking. So he's out here in this battlefield, like just out of nowhere, and now he's trying to tell us what to do when he's never even been in our position. On the other hand, I know what I saw in the field, and I know that Prince Jasper was genuine. So I don't know what to believe anymore, and I don't know who I'm fighting for. And until I don't know, I don't want to do anything for anyone.
Well, as far as I can tell, Damien was honest. I believe he's leaving something out. But I don't think we have much of a choice other than to at least go through with this meeting.
Oh, we got a choice. I kind of step in. I have some information I don't like to share often, but I'm tired of being on the front lines. Damien's sick. Some kind of bug bit him. I don't know the details. But it's made him weak, and he's trying to find a cure. Apparently his sword has some sort of healing power. My guess is the opposite kingdom might want it. I hear rumors it can bring people back to life.
Wait, people back to life?
I don't know if it's people or one person or I don't know the details like I said, but it can heal.
Do you think that the king wants to meet with him to heal his sister?
It's a possibility.
I think he wanted to meet with him before the sisters.
That's
death.
what I was thinking as well.
I don't like the fact that he's bringing drugs. I don't like the fact he's trying to. I might be a thief. I might be a criminal, but I'm an honorable one. I don't like the fact that he's going into this with a plan to kidnap someone. I don't trust that he's actually going to try and talk to them. What'd you say? I'm sorry?
Oh, I said, wasn't that our plan all along? Because we all know we were sent here to try to kidnap the king or prince, right?
But that was before we knew that they were trying for peace.
But as far as we're told, both sides want peace, yet neither has seemed to work to achieve it.
Yes, but if we're going to negotiate peace, no one both sides wants it, why do we need to bring drugs? I get bringing weapons, but why do we need to bring drugs?
I mean, I don't think either should be necessary if both sides truly want peace. But I think the drug is just another form of a weapon. Regardless, I think we should keep our eye out on both sides and not trust anyone here.
Does anyone else say
And when
anything to all this between Lilac and Vera?
Yeah. Alternatively, we could get rid of this drugs, sabotage the plan, and I know we all are strong enough to deal with the aftermath of Prince Damien's outburst. We can deal with that ourselves, and knowing that from what we're seeing, our kingdom has been keeping more secrets than the other kingdom.
Mhm.
I'm slightly leaned into Prince Jasper for now. What do you
I
guys
wouldn't
think?
say that they got any less secrets.
I want to interject, and I'm just gonna say, you guys can keep trying to figure out who's hiding what. All I know is that I don't know who's right, who's wrong, and I'm going to bed. Because, we gotta march out tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah.
I
And then
will
can I
say
just go to bed?
yes. So, Celine, you take a long rest. I will say that Damien left the bag of drugs on a table in the bunker next to you guys.
Ooh.
Oh, can I like medicine check to see what they are?
Yes, go ahead, medicine check.
Oh. Oh, never mind. It's a 10.
So with a 10, it's high enough. You can recognize what it is because you're a bard. You've been to parties. You know that it's well, I can't think of the D&D term right now, but in layman's terms, it's chloroform.
Mm.
What if we
I'm
replace it
gonna-
with something else?
I'm gonna like turn towards everybody and kind of like mumble. I'll be like, the drug is a sleeping agent,
Hmm. At
Hmm.
least it's not poisonous.
which is something I was like, she's gonna admit this out loud. She's like, which is something I even was aiming to do when we first started this battle. Like my intentions to get to the tent was to try to put them all to sleep, try to end this without violence.
Yeah, I think that I do agree with you, and I think that we should still keep it in our back pocket, especially if it's non-lethal. It's not going to hurt anybody. My biggest fear is that since peace is kind of tenuous right now, I would hate for something to spiral out of control, and then there can't even be any peace talks. So for the
I
time
agree.
being, I do vote for leaving the drugs and taking them with us either way.
Do we know if the king is? I mean, we've seen the king. He's fairly trigger happy. So do we trust him with the drugs necessarily?
No, I say we keep
So-
them among ourselves as a
Oh, then yeah.
weapon or reassurance.
I agree.
Yes, and we
Wouldn't
shall
you notice-
procure another white powder-like substance to replace that for the prince to not notice.
We could use the ashes of the soldiers if they're still there.
This is great.
God damn.
That's different.
Okay.
Just throws ashes in people's faces.
I will confirm there is white ashes on the floor in the area. However, there's
No.
there's also a bag of sugar in the room as well if you want to use that.
Yes, that would be better.
And flour, bag of flour and sugar.
Mix the flour and
Are they
sugar to make the consistency match.
Yeah,
So-
like some ash in there too.
No.
Okay, why not?
We're not gonna feed people to people, please.
Okay, so what if we
I mean, we
take the
gotta-
sugar and and the flour, mix it to get a better like ash consistency, and then also add some dirt from outside to make it gray.
What, is it gray or is it white?
Ashes are
Yeah,
like
no,
a
we-
gray white, so like it'll just help the color a little bit. I don't know.
What's the color of the chloroform? So we would know.
It's white.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
then
okay,
that
then
case-
just the
So we
sugar.
could use the sugar or the flour, depending on how fine it is.
All right. Since this is a team effort, I'm not going to make you guys roll. You guys managed.
Yay.
You guys managed to swap the drugs for sugar and other shit.
Is there enough for us each to keep a little bit of the drugs on us?
Yes, there is. So there's enough to where each of you have a small little chloroform pouch.
But afterwards, I want to go and talk to Damien. Like, I want answers, bro.
When you walk
After
outside,
party, I think.
when you walk outside, Damien is not there.
Oh, can I figure out where he went?
You look around, he's nowhere in sight.
I can't like investigate or anything to track him down.
Roll investigation.
That's a 3.
Yeah, you have no idea. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's like a ghost.
She'll go back inside and I'm gonna tell everybody this. I'll be like, well, did he say he was staying here with us or that he was going back?
He didn't mention.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like peek back inside and be like, well, Damien sure left quickly.
Well, I'm gonna go meditate
All right.
and turn in for the night.
So with that being said, does everyone take a long rest?
Yep.
All right, you all
Yeah.
take a long rest. Reminder: if you take a long rest, that means that you get all your spell slots back.
Yay.
You
We get what back? I couldn't hear you.
get your spell slots back.
Okay.
This shape is like a long rest button. And it'll automatically give you spell slots back on the sheet.
You just
So-
gotta double tap the long rest, take long rest button.
Yep.
Okay, so it's the morning time, and you guys are all sleeping in the bunker when you suddenly hear a sound. And as you hear this sound, you hear Damien call out. He says, "Wakey, wakey! Come on, let's go! Get out of the tent, maggots! We got shit to do and distance to burn. Come on!" As Damien's just like standing out there with his arms crossed.
First ants, now maggots.
Damien sighs. Look, guys, I marched through at least 5 different battlefields to get here last night. So I'm not really in the best of moods, I'll admit. But I
March
was...
through battlefields that we fought through?
If you let me finish, I know that I've been acting like an asshole lately, and I'm sorry for that. You guys, now that I think about it, I've met all of you individually. And I know that all of you are very unique. I'll be real with you. I just want this war to end. He sighs and looks down. I'm going to tell you guys something that nobody else knows. And I want this to be a sign to you that I trust you and that I want us to end this war. I want the fighting to stop just as much as you. The truth is, the king is dead. My father is dead. He died a week ago. He had a stroke. We've been keeping his death a secret so that we don't ruin morale for the war. But my father's been dead a week now.
And you think that is going to earn the trust of your people?
Considering the fact that the only other person who knows is his doctor, yeah. I do. Not them, but you, at least. The people will find out over time. Eventually, they're going to notice the king isn't showing up to his events. We're just keeping it a secret for as long as we can until we have to tell them, because we don't want chaos. You could criticize me for that decision all you want, but the bottom line is, I don't want any people to die. I want this to end. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit about kidnapping the king. I'm not saying we have to do that. I'm just considering it a backup plan. We should meet this king of the sparrows and make peace with them. That's why I'm saying right here and now that I was wrong in how I treated all of you. And so I am officially giving you permission to leave if you want. You can help me in establishing peace for our country and ending this war, or you can go home, and you will not be branded a deserter. You will be paid handsomely for your services, and no one will ever ask you to pick up a gun again. I give you my word on this. If you want to stay and follow me, then you can. But if you want to go, I have no issue with that whatsoever. You have all earned my respect. And I'll never forget the services you've done already. He says, like, looking very sincere.
Sarah would already be walking. Like, even before he even mentioned the money. She's not in it for the money anyway. She's in it to stop the bodies.
All right.
From appearing.
All right. So you walk and you stand behind Damien. Like you stand behind him now. What are the rest of you doing?
Vera would kind of get and just walk past him, but not like leaving, not like she's leaving, but kind of like let's just get this on the road kind of way. But she wouldn't say anything.
Okay. So Vera, you stand behind him, and as you do, he glances over at you. I'm surprised, Canary. Don't think I forgot about my deal. If we get through this, I'll keep my word.
She doesn't give him a response.
All right. So Sura, Celine, and Vera are now standing behind Damien. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Risa joins. She's not 100% sure about how everything's going to go down or what plan he has. She's just not 100% sure if she trusts him, but she trusts the rest of them, and she's going to try to do something from the inside.
He nods. By the way, Risa, Officer Avery told me to let you know that he's getting shipped back to another trench. But if this war ends, I'll make sure that he gets your address. He says kind of like nodding towards you. I'm sure he won't think you're weak now.
She has a little crush on him and her cheeks warm, but she just nods politely.
All right.
How's Damien?
What, Vera?
How does he know this?
He knows shit, bro. He just knows shit. He knows shit, bro. I will say that when it comes to the technology, the Golden Eagle Kingdom, they're very advanced. So they do have like radios, like walkie-talkie shit.
I thought you were going to say
fucking Avery ratted on you.
Well, she is excited to see Avery again, so she'll take it.
All right, bet. So Lilac, what are you doing?
She would like study Damien for a minute, but with him with her knowing he left something out yesterday, and then today admitting that, she's gonna decide to try to trust him. She'll just give him like a soft smile and be like, "All right then, does this make you the reigning king?"
I don't know if I'll become a king when this is over. I'm considering removing the monarchy. I'm the only person with my family's blood still alive, and I don't know if I want to be a king. I might leave it up to democracy instead. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to think about it.
Really can't end this war without any more necessary violence. You have my vote.
I give you my word. If we can end this without violence, then I will take that route. I wouldn't lie to someone who was so kind to me in my favorite bar. He smiles at Lilac.
Bar, that's the first time I've ever seen you go there.
Well, what can I say? I'm very secretive when I want to be.
You don't do it that well.
She just kind of looks away awkwardly, like not sure how to process the information of him like stalking her at her work. Like,
All right. All right. So with all that being said, Valif, what do you do? I almost forgot.
I will talk to him. Prince Damien, or should I say, Damien, my friend. You have shown us your vulnerabilities very open, and I admire you for that. But you've also shown your impulse, and for that I will be watching, just to make sure you don't make any drastic actions.
He nods. I expect nothing less from a man like you. Just do me a favor. Protect me like I'm your mother. He winks at you as he kind of shakes your hand.
Sure.
Flirting with everyone. What the hell, man?
Like my mother.
He just kind of like laughs a little bit, like, fair warning, I may have drank a little bit this morning. Anyway, let's get a move on, everybody. As Damien starts like just
drinking
walking ahead.
before a fight? What? Or before negotiations or whatever? Brother.
Look, my dad just died. Let me loosen up a little bit. God.
He died a week ago.
Yeah.
That's still pretty damn recent. Can
and
a
we're
man
still
not enjoy
in the
a
front
drink?
lines. Like,
Oh, get off my back. We've all been through shit, all right? As Damien just keeps like walking
yes,
ahead.
and you don't see any of us getting drunk, do you?
Well, you can here as he tosses like a bottle of pristine whiskey. That's 60
He
years
dodges
old.
it and lets it breaks on the floor behind her.
Does
I
anyone
want
else
that.
want to catch it? Does anyone else want to catch it?
I want to catch it. Wait. Can someone catch it and like,
Alright.
like just shake her head, like be like, no.
So, Sarah, you catch it. Like you catch this pristine whiskey in your hand. Like it's this bottle looks. It's like a fucking. It's a diamond bottle as you're like holding it.
And then she'll look at Damien and just say and just shake her head disapprovingly, like a mother.
God
No.
damn, what is that? And like Vera's kind of like leaning over trying to see a look at the brand. Like, which one is that?
It's one that does not matter to us. We should be focused on a war, not getting intoxicated.
I'm just curious about what I'm after.
Can she look at the craftsmanship of it?
Yes.
Can I-
Roll
yeah.
investigation.
Roll manifestation?
Investigation.
Investigation, I'm sorry.
No worries.
We're gonna be here a while. This computer of mine just does not like me today at all.
No worries at all.
Okay, wait. We got 13 because it got a 12.
So you see that it's a royal bottle, and you see a symbol at the bottom of it. It's the royal crest for the king.
So Sarah will look at it and say this craftsmanship.
Celine, just give me 1 second. You're saying?
All right.
Okay. So with that being said, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I made a mistake as a TM, so forgive me. I inaccurately measured how long this one shot would take. I would say that we're only halfway through. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the one shot here, and we're going to make it a 2-shot instead. We're going to do part 2 next Tuesday. So we'll be doing part 2 of this one shot next Tuesday at the same time, and we'll wrap things up next Tuesday. So that is the end of this one shot part 1. We'll be continuing next week. Before I end the stream, any thoughts or questions? Did you guys have a good time?
I had
This
a
is
blast.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was very fun.
everything that was amazing.
Awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. You guys all did amazing. So with that being said, we will continue on Tuesday. And yeah, that's the plan. So we'll be continuing Tuesday. And if there's any schedule issues, we'll work it out and we'll talk it out. But no matter what, we're gonna finish this one shot. Don't worry. We'll be doing part
good.
2. So no worries.
I can't do next Tuesday.
Well, we'll talk about it. I'm pretty sure there's a way we can make it work. We'll talk about it. But
Probably.
anyway, that being said, for now, put on your calendar for Tuesday next week. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. But Tuesday next week, just put on your guys' calendar for now. We'll be talking later. I'm gonna end the stream. You guys are free to hang out a little bit if you want. I'm gonna end the stream now, and we'll be continuing part 2 next week. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for playing. You guys are all amazing. You have a great night.